Let's go. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for the raid, Grim. I appreciate you. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. What a fucking wild show. Welcome in. If you don't know me, I'm Rusty. These are my friends. We play D&D. It's mostly all I do on the channel these days because work be crazy. But we are here every Monday night playing D&D with the homies. As you can see, we are joined by a very special guest down underneath Ryan there. I'm with Havoc with the raid too. My God, people. Holy shit.
Let's go.
That's so many at once.
Go.
Welcome in.
Oh
Got to go.
God.
I appreciate it.
I'm
Thanks for swinging in, saying hello. God damn, dude. That's a lot. Y'all just showing up. Welcome by the campaign. We're doing some D&D stuff. You go ahead, raid and run. Get yourself some sleeps. But as I was saying, I'm Rusty. I'm Rusty. These are my homies. We do D&D. And that's basically how we spend most of our fun time. I've got a couple announcements to go through. Mostly business as usual. I am kind of off the streams for the foreseeable future. Apart from this, just dealing with working just insane hours at this point. It's kind of hard to keep up with all the streams. So we're just going to, focus on the Monday night D&D to prevent the burnouts from happening. Because your boy be stretched thin. But we do have a couple guest appearances on other folks' stream coming up soon. I'm sure there'll be announcements for that in the near future. And there are a couple games that I am very excited to be playing. And I think I'm going to do streams for them. But they're just going to be like one-off kind of special things. There's a few games dropping over the next little bit that your boy's going to be checking out. But other than that, nothing new going on over here at the Apothecary. Thank you all for coming in and starting this off with such a bang. As you can see, I'm joined by four marvelous individuals beneath me, starting with Ryan, who is currently stepping into the shoes of Olga, perhaps switching back over to the beloved Vitekorl later. Why don't you tell the people a little about yourself, what you do, what you're all about?
Oh, we just hang out. Just chilling. A lot of hanging out over at the Purple House every night, usually every day, every kind of day. We do try our best. Doing a lot of things like Minecraft, Warcraft, and we're getting real close to 600 followers, which will mean a 17-hour stream. I'm not prepared mentally, but we're gonna do it.
That's how it be sometimes. If y'all haven't already, go give Ryan a follow. Let's get him to 600 and put him through the mental trauma of streaming for more than 12 hours this time.
Break my brain, babies. Put me back together again, prettier.
That's quite a bit. JT, what about you? Got anything you want to say to the people? Now's your chance.
Yeah, so back at the usual setup. As you can see, not the fancy one. Unfortunately, we're back to the normal for now. Hopefully finding a place soon. We'll see whether or not I can stream from that place. Depends on the location, but at least I'll have a consistent roof for a while. Yeah, other than that, fucking
we need the streams
enjoy
back.
The show, dude.
We need the streams back. Chris, what about you? Any words of wisdom today? You're usually full of them. You're taking a dick pic live on stream? Is that what's happening right now?
No, not quite. Just because I can't quite move my camera.
Yes. Okay,
yes.
Cat.
Yes.
Oh, nice. I just received it.
I just got a dick pic. Crazy. What a fucking wild turn of events.
Zooms in, zooms in some more, zooms in some more, zooms in some more. Where the fuck is it?
And finally, last but not least, we have Kieran. Our good friend Kieran Chicago joining us today for the second time of this campaign, sure to be an adventure. Kieran, why don't you tell the people not only a little about yourself, but a little about the character who you will be playing today.
Well, I'm Kieran. I usually stream 4 nights a week, depending on my energy levels after work. I play variety games, play Outriders, Rocket League. I prefer the shooters and co-op games as it is. For tonight, I will be stepping into the shoes of Gustav Kitzler again, the cleric with the alcohol problem, because, well, somebody got sick again.
It's only a problem when you don't have more alcohol.
Yes.
I don't have a drinking problem. I drink. I fell down. No problem.
No problem. We're very happy to have Kieran back at the request of the party, including a very heartfelt prayer from our very own Dusty Sharpclaw, the least religious feline on the island, but still somehow finding, the gods. So we've managed to bring Kieran in today. He's going to be with us for this one session because his sleep schedule gets absolutely pulverized every time we do this, but we're oh so grateful for him showing up nonetheless. So, with all of that being said, let's pick up where we left off last week. Last week, the party traveled through the forest of Avenar after being chased by some form of mysterious, unknown, and seemingly invisible creature in the thick mists that plague this island, eventually making their escape and shacking up in what appeared to be an old ruin somewhere in the middle of the forest, perhaps an old logging house or something of the sort. Had long since been reduced to mostly piles of rubble. However, it offered a meager shelter for the night, and the party recouped with Vitekorl laying in the snows next to the fire, trying to keep their friend and unfortunately, beplagued ally, Vitekorl, warm. However, when morning came, they found that there was also something arriving with the morn. A series of strange, twisted, zombie-like creatures, but covered head to toe in vines, apart from the few small glimpses you could catch beneath, and you eventually discovered it was some of your former compatriots who had died in your previous adventures, come back seemingly from the dead to track you down. A small fight ensued in which the party was mostly victorious, Olga going through much more of a mental battle than a physical one, being that it was mostly her friends who were attacking them. And Dusty, after a pretty decent history roll, began to understand that this was signs of a deeper corruption potentially growing within the forest. However, the problems facing your party continue to grow with each passing day, and you've kind of at this point begun to prioritize which catastrophe is the biggest one demanding your attention. Currently, your sick Goliath comrade. So, the party ran back to the village, or the fort of Mistmere, Fort Mistmere, where they quickly made their way inside the walled town and back to relative safety, or so they thought, as they came to the realization that their, I don't want to say ally, but perhaps acquaintance in the Bilge, a local thieves guild, was there in the center of town, swinging from the gallows, already several days dead. And that is where we ended last week. So, we will pick up from there. With this revelation, this sight before you, the party kind of stops and takes a moment, staring at the corpse there, swinging in the wind over the town square. What are you all doing? What's the plan?
Alright, well, I suppose that takes care of some of our potential issues, maybe. At least work-wise.
But why?
He fucking probably looked at somebody the wrong way from who. At this point, it could be for whatever reason.
Yes, well, hopefully none of us end up like him.
Here's the hoping. We should... I don't think bringing him directly into the tavern's the greatest of ideas. Maybe we hold him outside, see if anybody around could help. Because I don't think Willow would take too kindly to us infecting the entirety of the tavern.
No, perhaps I could stay with him and we'll just, I don't know, go in an alley or something like that, or next to one.
Sounds like an idea.
Or I could just go behind the tavern with him. That would work as well.
You do recall there being a small stable attached as well.
Does
Yes, that
does
works
that
perfectly.
happen? Does that happen a lot in this town? Olga has not stopped looking right at him. Just
Your eyes kind of move side to side along with the body, just slowly swinging
Well-
in the wind.
DM, for all the years I've been here, how often has this happened?
Oh, I mean, roll me a history check, just to get the dice rolls started. It's pretty low DC.
I'm
you
So unbelievably intelligent.
you also grew up kind of at arm's length of the company, so I was gonna say at advantage. You definitely don't need it. It was a 10. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. You just say, yeah, oh, you suck. Look at that. So with the 17,
two really good rolls.
I know,
What the
I'm just
fuck,
fucking
man?
with them. With the 17, you would be acutely aware of the fact that the company generally answers what they perceive as betrayal with immediate and rapid execution, to put it as straightforward
Seemingly
as I
in
can.
public.
Definitely, almost always in public, specifically to make a statement. You do also recall with that history roll some of the conversations that were had the first night you all met, some of which included him trying to persuade his thief guild, the one he led, to start potentially stepping into company territory and stealing from company sailors. This was talked about potentially in the presence of a spy who was later ousted from the bar itself and eventually left for the night. And you gather some of that news likely made it back. Perhaps some of the news that he had asked you to go against the company's wishes in the fort as well. So there's a myriad of reasons you can imagine that he would have been hung, all of them within the company purview to do.
Well, Olga, it would just so happen that anytime somebody betrays the interest of the company, that is how they end up. So
Oh.
it happens a little more or less often depending on who's all around.
Okay. Olga trusts you, and Olga make sure to keep nose down and eyes down and just all me down. All things down. Very far to the ground. Keeping low profile. We have
we
a
won't be here for very long.
yeah, oh good, okay, because we have a body, I think, there, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Sort of.
but he's alive, so shouldn't cause us much issue.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Olga also just realized Olga person pulling body look real bad. Where is this alleyway you speak of?
At this point, you are reminded that Olga has basically, like, strapped ropes over the shoulders in a kind of just rudimentary strapping with Vitekorl's bundled corpse-like body just kind of bundled up, bound in rope on your makeshift sled, just laying there in the middle of town.
I look like
We have them
degenerate.
super covered up, though.
Yeah, he's pretty wrapped up. At this point, like, it very much looks like you are bringing a dead body back from your latest adventure, kind of thing.
Mummy coral.
Mummy Coral. No, that's Daddy Carl, I assure you.
Depends how he's feeling that day. Yo.
Oh my god.
Love it.
Alright, well, just bring him to the stable next to, the inn, and I'll watch him while you go inside.
Oh, okay, very good. Let's
love that.
Just I would say just carry about business as usual and just, keep any conversation about the people in charge of this place on the low. And we should be fine. Getting through.
Sure.
You guys kind of make your way down the hill that kind of leads towards the coast here, and you see the town square in front of you kind of beginning to spread out. You see Town Hall, and of course the Rotten Timber Tavern, but also something that catches your attention as you kind of look out over the waters of Rook's Bay. There is a ship that was not previously present when you made your way. It is a massive tri-masted company ship. You recognize them anywhere. The flag of the company and that kind of shimmering blue and gold with its sigil on it is very familiar to all of you. Yes?
Does it look like a warship or like a regal transport ship or like an important person?
It would
transport ship?
look like a warship, but lightly armed.
Okay.
There's only
Just
a few
not full
cannons.
cannon.
There's 3 cannons on either side on top that you can see from this distance, and it looks
Okay.
like there's just one single gun deck in the ship. So it's not like multi-level beyond that, but there is at least a full deck of guns in the middle of the ship. And it is currently just anchored in the bay. There's a circle of ships around it, kind of giving it a wide berth, making sure, like, as they may go about their day, to not road in too close to this definitely heavily armed ship. Kind of just giving it a general wide berth, and kind of take note of that as you make your way down to the Rotten Timber Tavern. Olga kind of runs off into the stables where she can kind of get Vitekorl bundled up lightly, or at least kind of lay down in the hay to, rest in relative comfort, or as much so as someone plagued with boils is able to do at any given time. Meanwhile, Dusty, so who's going in the bar? Who's staying with the body, and who's going in the tavern?
I think Xechas was staying, and the others were heading in.
Xechas, you kind of grab a seat in the stables on one of the stools that's kind of nearby. And Olga and Dusty both make your way towards the bar. Olga, it's similar to the structures you would have seen in your town, all very, just made from wood. Very simple. Nothing too fancy. But the tavern itself is even more run down than you would have expected. A lot of the wood is kind of mossed over. Some of it appears to be rotting. It's also a bit of a kind of mix or mismatch of different woods and varied ages and freshness. So it looks like this place has been repeatedly patched and just constantly rebuilt at any given time, as it's more or less always under renovations. But you open the front door, and this time of day most of the workers would already be out, so there's only a smattering of guests here in the tavern. But you do see, kind of hunched over a table, helping himself to some food and a large drink, a somewhat older gentleman with kind of greased back or kind of slicked back white hair and very bright shiny armor, and you kind of make out the form of Gustav Kitzler, the cleric that you met some weeks before. Thank you, Insomnia.
Mwah.
Dick.
Think Dusty opens the door, he walks in, and at first he goes to look for Willow, at the bar, just to give her a nod or a hey. And as soon as he looks over, he goes like this and just looks towards Gustav. There is no motherfucking way.
What happened? What going wrong?
Hey, you drunk ass old man, what are you doing here?
I look up from the bar, turn around. Oh, my drinking buddy. Come take a stool. Let's have a drink.
Well, Olga, I think this might be a bit of a stroke of fortune.
Oh? Who is that person?
That is the person we need to help our friend.
Oh, well, isn't that a bit of stroke of luck?
I didn't put much stock in prayers, but I think I might have to start.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
gonna
sure,
start
it
walking
works.
towards the bar.
Sure, friends of friends. Hello?
You guys make your way over, and at this point, from the noise, you kind of hear from the kitchen, "I'll be out in a minute," as Gustav turns and makes his greeting to you. Go ahead, Gustav.
I wave at the stool next to me to get Dusty to sit down, and then I extend my hand to introduce myself to Olga.
That takes
Oh, hello.
My name is Gustav. Nice to meet you.
It's absolutely nice to meet you too. Friend of friend is friend of friend of friend. You're going to save Big Man.
What is wrong with the big man?
Oh,
What
well,
did he do this time?
Thank
is
you,
that not
Leo.
why you are here? I thought God told you things.
Pineapple. Nice.
well, I don't know if it works that way, but it is pretty fortunate that you're here. So, Big Man managed to, well, much like the last time, catch himself a disease Now, issue is this has been particularly nasty.
I have heard rumors about a disease in this part of the world. How far along is he?
He's in a coma.
He's in a coma. Maybe you should give him a leash and yank it when he does something stupid.
I don't think we were that far from it, to be
We tied
fair.
the rope to him already. We can just keep the rope on.
Keep the rope on.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
I almost did a spit take.
Well, issue is I don't think there's outside of Olga here. I don't think any of us are going to be able to reasonably keep him on that rope without him dragging us around wherever the fuck he wants to go.
That is a good point. Well, let's have the drink and then we shall look at the big man.
I will never turn down a drink. Especially not after this.
Xechas is freezing his ass off in the fucking barn waiting for you guys.
And
It's
then
fine.
I'll
Find
take
some
out,
help soon.
I'll take out the flask, which I gave Dusty last time, and I'll hand it to him.
Oh, the good shit. That's the good
I
shit.
think after the events of the last few days, it's not just a swig. I think Dusty just like and sets it down.
Make me a constitution save at disadvantage.
I will definitely have pulled out a torch very quickly and lit it.
Yep.
I don't know what the fuck
not
is
so
with
bad.
my rolls, but they are very
Yeah,
close
yeah.
always.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wow.
So unlike last time, you've been through it. You're ready for this. You prepared yourself mentally to do some heavy drinking anyway when you got home after all that shit. So you kind of just dive right in, and as you feel this kind of what booze do you keep in your flask again, Gustav?
It's like the Everclear levels of homebrew.
It's like homemade fucking moonshine, just pure alcohol. It doesn't taste like anything other than burning. It would be the best way to describe it.
Ah, yes, car fuel.
Yeah, literally.
Pretty much.
Your mouth
It tastes
kind
like
of
burning.
Oops. Your mouth kind of tingles a little, but you're a little more prepared for it this time and you handle it a little better. So I will say you got a nice buzz going, but you don't actually reach the point of being absolutely drunk yet.
Well,
Then I'll give
that was a
Dusty
lot better than
smirk.
last time.
I'll give Dusty a smirk while I take the flask back and hand it over to Olga if she wants a sip as well.
Oh, sure. What is?
It's very strong. Be careful.
Oh, Olga very strong too. Okay, sure.
Fair.
Olga's never had alcohol before.
Oh god.
Roll me a constitution save at disadvantage.
Yeah.
And
Oh no. Oh no.
oh,
my God.
okay.
I mean, you are kind of
That
a
ain't
brick
bad.
shithouse of a
17.
woman, so that you can handle
I'm
it.
large.
A 17 is more than enough. You do, same description, it burns all the way down. It is unpleasant. You kind of begin to cough. And you feel this kind of
Yeah, that
tingling
checks out.
sensation spread through your body. But more importantly, you feel the cold that had kind of sunk deep into your bones by that point through all that heavy winter travel through the woods begin to just dissipate. It's like a wave just kind of spreads through your entire body as this heavy alcohol just hits your internals at Mach
Oh, the
speed.
feeling's pretty good. Oh, this is pretty good about all of this. Yay. Fuck.
Willow comes out of the kitchen with a tray
Alright.
of bread and some dried meats. And she looks at Olga and, bit early, isn't it? Puts the food down.
Oh, well.
Would you like to marry Olga?
It's spoken for, thank you. I see you've made new friends on your journeys.
Oh, yeah. It's been a You know, you said a bit early, but after the last few days, I should have been starting this at morning, waking.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's one way to do it. If you really what are you doing with your tongue? Put your tongue back in your mouth. I don't like that.
You want to all go marry?
No, it's nothing personal. My husband's literally 10 feet behind me in the back. So I'll have to respectfully decline. Thank you.
Please. Olga marry?
Okay.
My tongue feels weird.
Okay.
All right, Olga. I think what she's saying is she is already married to somebody else.
That's it. Okay, she's busy.
Why does my tongue feel like weird?
Is there anything?
It's just the part of the just
What?
part of the alcohol.
What the fuck did you give them? This is nothing from my bar, I can tell you that much.
It's something I brew myself.
Well,
It's a little bit stronger than most of the stuff in bars.
well, don't stint. Let me try.
Are you sure? And I'll just hold the flask up.
She pops it and just immediately has a shot. Let's see how she does. She doesn't like go too hard, so she's not. There you go. She downs it, puts the lid back on. All right. You could fucking clean the bar with that if you wanted to. Whew. Okay. Is there anything I can do for you? Anything you'd like to buy while you're here? Or are you just here for a moment?
Well, the initial plan was to be here for a moment. We got Vitekorl found himself in some trouble again, so we got to fix that.
What is it now?
More
Big man look like
disease.
Stump.
Disease? You didn't bring him in my bar, did you?
No. Just your stable.
All right, that's fine. I'll just, shovel out the hay. What's he, disease? What's he sick with?
He's got like boils. He's becoming like a sea creature or something. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. All I know is he's in a coma, so we had to carry his ass back.
You should, pop up to the fort after you've seen to Vitekorl.
They also having some sea creature
I assume
sickness?
you saw the massive ship in the bay.
Ah,
Yeah,
I didn't notice.
all things under quarantine.
They killed the guy.
Probably several. Yes.
I think she's referring to the gallows.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Probably
Oh.
several. They just left the one up. They did about 10 over the last few days.
Wow, cleaning house seems.
You could say that. But yeah, go head up to the fort after you've finished with your friends.
If you could please make some food for 6 people
Sure.
while I go and take care of the sick person and
Yeah.
catch up with the man with the mechanical arm.
Not a problem. She goes over to the door, yells back to her husband, "Hey, you better step it up a little bit. There's a big beautiful woman out here trying to sweep me off my feet." And she makes her way into the kitchen and begins cooking as you guys settle about your business.
I grab Gustav by the wrist and I just pull him slightly closer to me. I think that would marry me.
I just look over there. I think you're drunk.
No idea what that means, but I can count to 5, I think.
Are you sure you only made it to 2 clouds?
Give me a second. I think she's going to marry me.
We all have our dreams, I think. Anyways, we should take care of Vitekorl sooner rather than later, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go over there.
We'll go look.
Okay.
Dustin's gonna stand up and kind of like
The three of you make your way over to the stables together. Xechas, after a bit of kind of waiting in the cold, kind of keeping yourself warm by like this small torchlight you're holding, you do hear the sound of individuals coming towards you, and as you look up, you see Olga and Dusty kind of like stumble their way into the stable a little bit, and immediately after them, Gustav putting the cover on a flask and putting it back into his pockets.
Xechas, you're not gonna fucking believe who I found in there.
My future wife.
Is it
Yeah.
Father Gustav?
It is crazy, right?
I mean, yes, we were hoping we'd find him here. How lucky. Hello, Father.
I walk up to Zeas and shake his hand. It's good to see you again.
Ah, yes, you too. It's quite cold out here. Thank you for coming.
Zeus is cold. Olga immediately goes over and just wraps her arms around you and just holds. Just, I'm feeling
I like
very
flinch for a
warm
sec,
right now.
And then I'm like, ah. Okay, yes, this is nice.
Yeah. There's like a just body warmth radiating around you as you're engulfed into this bear hug by a woman who is easily twice your size.
Ah.
I found my wife today.
Oh?
It's all going to be good. I can't
Oh,
feel
that's-
my face.
Upon her saying that, Dusty like, huh? And then he like grabs one of his whiskers and is chugging at it. Yeah, no, all that feeling's gone.
I look at Zeas over underneath Olga's arm, and I just point at the flask.
No, that's quite alright. Thank you, though.
As you kind of look past that exchange happening, you see this massive Goliath-sized bundle of furs and clothing and just like wood scraps that they've placed underneath and tied on to act as a sled. And then just a little bit of this bright blue colored face underneath, whereas you very distinctly remember Vitekorl with, you know, being an off shade of gray. At this point, he's as blue as the ocean itself at this point.
Yes, there he is. I don't think you'll have to, knock him out again.
No, I think he's not going to respond to anything. I walk up to where Vitekorl is lying down. I get on my knees and I start a prayer, and then I cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. As you kind of all watch as Gustav kind of kneels down, goes through his ritual, his ceremony, says his prayer to his deity, which is who again? Correct me off the top of my head.
Helm.
Helm, perfect. He kind of finishes his prayer and puts his two hands over Vitekorl, and there's this kind of gold glow that begins to emanate from it. And as you do, you notice the skin start to slowly shade or change back to a shade of gray, and some of the boils beginning to recede, though there's a little that kind of remain for a little bit until the skin completely changes back to its normal hue. And as the last of the boils kind of dissipate, Vitekorl, your eyes kind of flicker open for the first time in a while, and I guess I'm taking over for Olga now. Welcome back. You kind
Good
of look,
luck. I left her drunk.
as this, like, the first thing you see as you open your eyes, Vitekorl, is this massive woman who could be one of your very own people, if not for the lack of gray skin. Kind of just, I sleep now, and falls directly into a pile of hay next to you, just completely out cold, because I do not feel like doing that voice for an entire D&D session.
Oh, no.
Wait, get her off of that hay. We can't have her sitting on that hay. We need her off that shit stat. I'm gonna start trying to drag Olga away from where he was
Yes,
sitting.
I'll help as well. Let's get
It's
her a
far
room in the
enough
bar,
that they're
perhaps.
not touching right now. Olga's just kind of snuggled up in her own little pile of hay.
I think he's worried more about the pus that might have squirted in various places around Vitekorl in that time.
Fair.
I'm in the
I had it
splash
nice and
zone.
covered.
Hmm?
I had him nice and covered.
Yeah, you're good. You're fine. Olga's good. Just sleeping.
Why?
Okay, in that case, I'll pile more hay around her.
There you go. She tucks herself in.
Barrier.
She's like, so warm.
Why? Why? Why am I in a barn?
Welcome back to the land of the living. We went through hell and grabbed your soul and had to bring it back to you.
Figuratively speaking.
Oh, come on. I was going to fuck with it. Why?
I'm sorry. I don't get cues
Why?
like that very well.
Why?
Oh, I owe you.
Neurodivergence has entered the chat.
I just...
Oh, God.
Oops.
I cast autism.
I fucking vocal stimmed myself, dude.
It was always here,
I
guys.
know
Don't
what
worry.
Oh my god. Yep.
Uh,
Well, it's...
I owe you another favor, it seems. Add that to the list. Oh, good, you're here again. Hello, Gustav. I assume you brought me back. Oh, God.
Yes, you did.
I look at Vitekorl and I shake my head. Next time, try to be a little bit more careful.
Absolutely. You know what? You could have to start charging me for this. Really, this is a good money-making opportunity. Oh, God. Oh. Feels like the boils are still, like, inside of me.
You do notice the overwhelming smell of, like, pussy seawater is kind of just permeating all of your clothes, and you're still very much wrapped up inside this bundle they put you in. It's just like...
I don't mean to be rude, but...
I'm not touching that.
That's fair. Honestly,
Well,
fair.
I don't mean to be rude, but you could use a shower.
I think, you know what? Honestly, this is probably a good idea. I'm going to just...
Yes, but... This also might
Yep.
help.
Oh,
I'll lay like a finger on a non-pussy spot, which I guess is most of you. I'll give you cure wounds.
good, okay.
It's a good roll.
Oh. You know what? Yeah. Actually, just give me 2 seconds here and just... Hop, hop, step, and Vitekorl's gonna turn into a snake.
Nice.
And then I just...
And you all notice as Vitekorl just manages to clap his two hands together, begins to just shed his skin and then slithers out as a fairly decent-sized, snake. Kind of slithers out of the wrappings that you all put him in. His
I'm
snake.
And then just... underneath all the hay, it just kind of goes... and then just...
I'm curious if the shedding of your skin there actually made it, not gross currently.
Still my clothes and...
Give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk outside the barn to what looks like these water things and see if there's a bucket.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, those are
Oh,
watering
bless you.
troughs for the horses.
I'm going to
there
scoop a
is
bucket of water.
thin layer of ice. You kind of just break through, grab a bucket of water. It is
icy water.
frigidly cold, yes.
Ice bucket
Black
challenge,
water.
are you ready? I'm gonna walk back in and avoiding
This is for
everybody else,
ALS.
just splash Vitekorl with the icy water.
Oh, thank you so much. I needed to splash them. Ah!
There, is that any better? You good now? Or
My body was made for the cold, and I still feel that in my taint. Whew. Okay, I'm awake now, thank you. I'll be awake probably for the next 2 days. Oh, they saved your life. They saved your life. What happened? Last thing I remember, I freaked out about a zombie thing.
Well, it was rather an adventure. We woke up that morning after that fight with those blue things, and you just didn't wake up. So we ended up getting some help, carrying you back. Then along the way we got attacked, and so we kind of had to carry you through that. And then we got attacked again, and then we made it back here.
Oh, you missed what could have possibly been the most horrific experience that we have ever been through. And that's counting our first experience in the mist.
Yes, that.
Oh,
Worse
but
than that.
Vitekorl, while you were out, I totally fucking blew some misty thing's head off, and it was super fucking cool because I didn't even look at it. It was real fucking amazing. I was proud of myself for that one.
You're loaded, and I love that.
You can smell
proud of
the
you, too.
liquor coming out of Dusty's breath as he's speaking. And you're just like, oh, motor oil.
Well, I'm mad that I missed that. Mad that I missed shots, obviously. And
Oh, and Violet killed a tree thing.
Where is Violet?
Well, she gotta be in the pack. Can't be out and about. We're in town.
Okay, good, right, okay.
As soon as Vitekorl mentioned shots, I was like, shots? We're drinking?
I, honest to God, have never wanted anything more in my life than alcohol right now. Yes, please, Gustav. I don't want to ask you for more, but did you have that little flask on you like last time?
Yeah, I still have it, and I'll hand it over.
Oh, well, thank you. I owe you my firstborn child. Right. Well,
Roll me a Constitution save at disadvantage because you have survived on nothing but good berries for the last 3 days.
that's fair.
Your
That's
stomach
fair.
is completely empty and you're hitting it with 100% pure alcohol.
Oh no.
As you down the drink, and as soon as it hits your stomach, you feel the tightening sensation that comes with knowing you're about to vomit, and you kind of have to lean over into the hay and just puke your absolute guts out. The alcohol does not even stay in you for a second.
Yep.
But it burns like hell on the way down, and let me tell you, it burns even worse on the way back up.
Well, what the hell are you wasting it for?
It was a terrible
Didn't really think that through. Well,
Perhaps
let's
being
maybe
comatose made it a little bit harder on the stomach.
What's up,
right.
OG?
Absolutely. Not done.
Oh,
1
he's-
second.
Oh no.
You hear through
There
the
we go.
wall on the other side of the stable, which is attached obviously to the kitchen of the bar. I heard that! I hope you clean it up.
Oh, absolutely, sure. It's on the hay. It'll be fine.
Well, you did say you were gonna get rid of the hay anyways, so perhaps you will just take care of it for you, maybe?
Yep, that sounds fair.
Alright.
I'll clean it up, don't worry.
Oh!
And I'll
Zayas
start piling the hay up.
Say,
Yes.
you're so sweet.
and Gustav, this will really involve you particularly, I feel. So, that boat, the one that's in the harbor? Yeah.
Oh yes.
It's, they got the same shit. Same disease and everything. So, it's,
Oh.
kind of fortuitous. Willow said that we should go talk to the harbor, or the fucking
We should go to the fort.
dude in charge. Fortress charge dude. Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Oh, we had to go there anyways. That's what I was going to say. So it was on our path. But perhaps you could help them out for some extra cash in your pocket, Gustav. And, I mean, we got to go take care of the problem anyways.
Well, the ingredients for my drink are very expensive, so yes. But for now, I would say we go to the bar and food should be ready. I think Vitekorl could use some food.
Something solid, sure. Berry juice is great, but I don't know. Wait,
No, some proper cooked food would not be a bad shout.
Yeah.
where did y'all
down.
get the berries?
Oh, you haven't met our friend there. And he points towards the one sleeping in the hay.
That gigantic woman?
Yeah, so she was part of the group that the lumber mill sent with us to carry you over here so we could get you back to the town. The rest are dead, but she's here. As I said, that was a horrific night or day. Just an experience. But yeah, she can. Yeah, she can make berries, something like that.
Weird.
And we
Okay,
just
she's
fed them to you.
sure. I know the spell, the berries you're speaking about, and she just doesn't give that vibe. I mean, look at me. You look at me and you see Mountain Man, and she looks like a mountain man. Damn. Okay.
Perhaps she did speak of what was it? The something bear, the big bear?
Lady talk to bears or something like
bear?
that.
The big bear. Okay.
And when we mentioned that you were able to turn into a bear, she was very excited.
Oh. Well, that could be a selling point for our friendship. I mean, I will need to become friends with her. I owe her my life, I think, to a degree. All of you, again, thank you. Feels weird.
Not
I
a
was saying
problem.
that.
You know
It
what?
was.
Bring it in. Come here. I don't care about your pussy clothing. Get over here.
Okay. Okay.
You go like upwards hug. You, I missed you, buddy. You gotta stop getting fucking sick.
I promise to try. This feels nice, but weird.
I'm telling you, I'm not
I
gonna
can
stay
relate
here
to
very
that.
long because the fucking smell on your clothes is horrendous.
Yeah.
Did
Fair.
Vitekorl change back into his normal form, or is he still a snake? And
Oh,
is
no,
just
he's
stuck in
a
Using a
snake.
snake.
Good snake. No, turn back.
I appreciate both of you. All three of you. 4 of you. I'm really racking up the favors owed. I
Nah,
promise
you
to
don't
pay
know
them
us
back.
for nothing.
I know you think that, and that's just one of the many reasons I've hitched my horse to your wagon.
Well, you gotta take me to dinner for that.
I love drunk Dusty. Oh, let's go get him more drunk.
You just shuffle your guys' way back to the bar at that point. Olga
I'll
is just
happily go inside now.
pretty comfortably bundled up in the hay outside here. You gather she'll be all right there for a while, where the DM
I'll
doesn't
check
have to
you
do
later,
her
you-
voice.
I'll check on you later, you brick shithouse of a woman. Amazing.
Close
Your
the
arms are
stable
like
behind.
steel garters.
I'm just
Love
gonna
that.
take out a big strip of cloth that I have and kind of disgustingly move the puke hay into that cloth and wrap it up and take it outside.
Fair. Easily done. You guys make your way back into the bar, just as Willow's kind of making her way out of the kitchen with the second tray of food that you can see. She's already brought out the first one, and she kind of just puts it on the bar. Grab a seat, grab what you want. It's kind of it's all yours. I've got a very big order to fill for tonight. Lots of sailors in town, and apparently I'm the only person around here who can fucking cook anything, so here I am. If there's anything you need, I'll be in the back. Where's the new woman? Where'd she go?
Well, she's sleeping off the buzz in your barn.
Oh, fair. Not the first person to do that, I can assure you.
Not
But
the house.
the throw up has been cleaned. It's all
Oh.
good in there.
Was it hers?
But no,
No,
Yes. Yes, it was.
Roll me a deception
I mean,
check.
Nah.
Vitekorl's first
Well,
real
at
roll.
disadvantage after I already literally said who it was.
Wait, I have advantage from insomnia. Come on, come on. Fuck.
Hold on, sir.
She looks at you like, right. Okay.
Can you imagine, Willow? Big ass guy cannot hold his liquor.
Oh,
At
not.
all.
Yeah. What? Judge not, yes, lest ye be judged and all. That being said,
I was
there's
dead
liquor.
for like how many days?
Oh, you were dead? They just said you were sick.
Yeah, we had to go
Unconscious.
wrestle his soul out of hell.
Oh shit!
What?
I'm kidding.
I
didn't
figured.
Oh.
do that.
You look too cold to have come from hell. I'll be honest with you.
Right?
It depends what ring you're on.
Fair. There's booze behind the counter. If you take any, just pay for it. Enjoy. I've got work to do. She just kind of
Sure.
hurries her
Thank you.
way into the back, and you gather with that ship being in the port and under quarantine. There's just a lot of mouths to feed at the moment.
What? So it's like not super late, right?
No, you guys would have left your camp and traveled probably half a day, or maybe just a full day, so it'd probably be around supper time. Maybe early afternoon. Time kind of
Alright.
blended along because we sprinted for the last bit of the journey, so I'd say it's probably like 2 in the afternoonish.
Well, I think we should probably eat. Maybe sober up a little. I know. Heartbreaking stuff for me. But we should go deliver the message to what the hell? Why can't Hebscorn? No, the other one, not Hebscorn.
Thanos.
Tanis or whatever.
Thanos Duster, the mayor.
That guy.
Sure. A lot of things.
Oh,
have
and
changed.
probably see about the disease on the ship and what we might be able to do.
Right. Very least we'll know what it looks like. I'm basically the poster boy. Haha.
Well, we know it's treatable at least.
I'm remembering
Yeah.
bits and pieces of the disease. I've the boils. Those things shot off me.
Yes, I had to dodge them rather quite a few times.
I am so sorry.
That's
No,
that's
I took it as
Go ahead.
reflex training, essentially.
that's why we wrapped you up like we did. It's hard to
Right.
fucking have to dodge it when it's just going straight into the sheet.
Like shrapnel. Sure, yeah.
That's what she said.
We need to
should
get you
burn
sobered up
everything that
before we
came
go
in
to a
contact
religious
with you.
person.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna take a nap. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
Anybody
basic
in
food,
contact?
but very good.
He gets through like a portion of it,
Mhm.
and then his face is in the bowl.
Fair. Just absolutely out of it.
Lift your head out of the bowl and
Make sure you
down
don't
next to
drown.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also falling asleep. The rest of you enjoy a meal. Take yourselves. I'm guessing you're not doing a full long rest, like more of a short nap kind of deal, or what's the plan?
A longish rest.
What Dusty was saying is he was trying to get this done today in his
Mhm.
drunken way. So he was probably just gonna try to take a nap, but unless y'all wake him, he's gonna be out for an hour or two.
Yeah. So you guys kind of discuss amongst yourselves while Dusty's sleeping it off on the bar, and in a couple hours you kind of shake him awake. And
Yeah, I
prepare to go about your day.
I'll regale Vitekorl and Father Gustav with more details of what happened.
Yeah,
Give
it
you the
was
full lowdown on it all.
pretty eventful.
You ran through the wood. I was dragged through the woods.
Just by
That
some rather
explains-
strong people. Only one of them made it. Quite sad.
I feel like I owe her something.
Seems like you owe a lot of people things now.
Gustav, listen! You're right. It feels weird. I'm very self-sufficient. This feels strange, but I promise to pay it all back. I'm gonna make this work.
Before
gonna
we
find a
had-
way.
Go ahead, Zeus.
I think just by being there for these people would be good payback. Now, you're always there for us, we know that.
No, Zehas, come on now. I just came back to life. Don't make me cry.
That's all.
Before we wake up Dusty, I will head up to the room I rented and come downstairs with a little keg. And I'll start filling the water skins of that I have on me with the homebrew alcohol.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, you managed to fill a decent chunk of them. I don't know how many you have on your person, but you fill all of them. Easily done.
If anyone wants to have some alcohol, be my guest.
Yeah, I'll take a. Yeah.
I'm quite alright myself, but I'm sure Dusty wouldn't mind one.
What? No, I'll just take his water skin and fill it with alcohol.
That's gonna be a surprise for him.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just gonna fucking bam.
He's having one hell of a dream. It's a shame to wake him up.
Does lesser restoration work on the...
Yeah,
No,
it actually does, yes.
If anything, you see his fucking finger pulling on he's pulling it.
I'll woke up to Dusty and I'm like, you've slept enough, and I'll cast lesser restoration on him to get him sober again.
Fair enough. As you're having whatever dream it is you're having, Dusty, you kind of you're kind of startled awake as you feel the alcohol just leave your body in a rush. You're feeling very
What in
awake.
the hell?
And all
Welcome
that
back.
Why
drunkenness
is my
just-
face wet?
Oh, you passed out in your breakfast.
Having a cute little dream too and everything. It was absolutely darling. Get up.
All right, you're one to talk, Mr. Sleep for 3 days.
You know what? You're allowed to keep ripping me. At least a few more days of that. At least 100%.
At least 3 more.
To be fair,
I want to try and persuade Dusty that he was muttering Olga in his dream.
Okay. Roll me a deception check. Versus your insight, please, Dusty.
Well, I can't really remember what I was dreaming about, but that isn't the furthest thing from what I can imagine.
Perhaps it was in like a moment of battle, not wanting her to die or something like that.
Perhaps, probably, because I always just deemed I thought that was your thing, but who knows?
What? No.
I mean, I wouldn't judge you for even a second. Did you see her arms? As big as my body. Jesus.
Yes, it did feel like she could have crushed me if she squeezed much harder.
Thanks for the sub, Tarek. Appreciate you. You're beautiful. We love you. You've also got Kieran. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Your gift is you get to be on the stream and have us torment you for 3 hours.
Happy birthday, Tark!
Oh.
Happy birthday, baby.
Take a shower,
Happy
you fucking
Boris.
stink.
Wasn't it Kieran's birthday the other day? Wasn't that the whole
out.
point of the 12-hour
Like-
stream?
Like,
It
What was
was.
happening
like
9 months ago
yesterday.
today?
It's not my
Happy
birthday.
birthday
That's what
for
I'm-
everyone.
That's what I'm saying. It was Kieran's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Is-
Tarek.
Isn't Dark's 41st birthday coming up soon?
Merry Christmas.
Stream 12 hours from my birthday. What a celebration. That's so nice of him.
You're welcome,
August.
Curious
So
if it's
y'all's
my
parents were
birthday.
fucking in the summer. Y'all were having barbecue. They were having barbecue sex.
Wild.
In case y'all needed to know. Yeah, in case y'all needed to know. Anyway.
That wasn't the only wiener getting grilled up.
I hate
We
all
did
of
it in
it.
the hot dog position.
Oh no. Oh dear God.
dear.
Okay.
And now y'all get to think about that tonight.
Enjoy that, everybody. Okay.
All right,
job is done here.
Back
Guess we
to the
should be
game.
going now, though.
Oh, you're back. What? I thought this was Olga. Giant fucking person next to me. We got you up.
We got back, baby. It's good to be here. And you know, I actually saved you a couple times today, too. I'll tell you about it later.
Roll me a deception check right now, you son of a bitch. Dusty, insight,
on.
please.
Fucker.
Oh God.
All right, sure you did, pal.
At least one of them favors paid back. Ah.
You don't owe me any favors to begin with.
Sure. Okay, I'll operate under that assumption. I still owe you for that really nice coat. Jeez.
You mean that nice coat that you got,
Covered in pustules? Yeah.
pussy seawater on?
Yeah, it's kind of crusty.
Don't
man.
worry, we can clean it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It was made professionally. I might just go walk in the ocean.
What you do with your crusty coat is on you now, all right? I just
Yes,
made
sir.
sure you had it. So you didn't have to keep wearing that one.
And I love you for it. All right. I like fix the collar on my lapel and it just kind of crusted. A bunch of little bits fall off. And...
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Maybe.
go.
Maybe we wash your clothes first.
You
Well,
know, I
we
think
had-
I might just keep this here. Oof.
You put it in my bag of holding if you'd like. It'll not
Thank
be
you,
known
yeah.
not to anybody.
Or maybe
Thank
we
you.
should get him new clothes and burn this stuff.
We're not burning that coat.
I was gonna say, I ain't letting that coat get burnt.
The first
No, I
present
would
I ever
step
got
into
from a
fire
friend.
for
I
that
mean,
coat.
whoop.
You know how annoying that wolf was?
Facts. You guys kind of
Might as
prepare.
well. To the
Okay.
fort.
All right. Y'all head out of the bar with Gustav in tow. Again, leaving Olga in the barn to sleep it off as she needs to. And you kind of make your way out and back along the path and up the long winding road that leads up to the fort, and are greeted as usual by the stone base of the wall with the wooden beams kind of rising up into the sky a little bit. Yes, Ahas.
I'm gonna, right as we're leaving, just go back quick behind the bar and leave 5 gold for Willow, because she's working so hard.
Fair. You just leave.
I love you.
5 gold on the back of the bar and just make your way out. You can hear from in the kitchen just a bustle of activity happening, and like it sounds like her and her husband are working hard back there. It seems like they got quite the order to fill. And as you all leave, you make your way up that path and into the fort. However, as you approach the gate, it is closed fast and guarded by 2 guards on either side. You kind of walk your way up. The first guy says, What do you need? What's your business?
We have heard rumors about what's going on the ship, and we believe that we may be able to help, possibly.
That'll be best news that's come through here in a couple days. Open it up.
We also have a message for the governor.
Oh, well, good. The gates slowly begin to open, and you kind of make your way inside. And you already see there's just a bustle of people kind of moving around. You see individuals wearing what you recognize as TTC clothing, like the standard uniform, though it's more naval in its makeup. It doesn't look exactly like the infantry's outfits. They're slightly different, with kind of gold shoulder pads trimmed onto the front, especially on the officers. And at the front, you see a man wearing a blue and gold jacket that is just immaculately decorated, and he is talking to the mayor / TTC representative here, Thanos Duster, who is kind of, as usual, huddled over, looking somewhat meek as he is being, for lack of a better term, grilled, just laid into by this seemingly high-ranking officer, who basically kind of doesn't quite grab him by the collar, but kind of just pulls him in close by the shoulders. Now get to work. And kind of just doesn't push him back, but just steps away and leaves his hands there for a second before he lowers them and fixes his lapel. With me, men. We have work to do. And they kind of make their way out to the back of the fort, out to where the company docks are located, and the gates close behind them as well. Thanos looks over to you. You're back. I'm hoping you've brought good news.
Well,
Some of the best news.
Kinda. So, the lumber mill has agreed to stop looking anywhere else than other than here for assistance in any way, shape, or form. On one condition, that we help clear the problem they're having with this plague.
What problem are they having with the plague, exactly? As far as we know, it just came in on that ship out there. You saying there's more to it?
Yeah, the cause of the plague is somewhere. It was in the harbor, right? Or was it the lake?
It was in the lake that the lumber mill was built on.
The lake nearby the lumber mill seems to have some kind of watery sea creature undead coming out of it. And when they attack us or come in contact with anybody, the disease spreads, such as our friend here, who is recently awakened from it. Looking better than ever.
As you kind of point to him, and before you say looking better than ever, he quickly grabs his handkerchief and puts it over his mouth.
Oh!
You're saying he was infected?
Was!
Not anymore.
Was!
He's fully cured now.
Very much better.
There's a cure.
Yeah, our friend right here. And he's going to motion towards Gustav. He's rather good at taking care of things like this.
Haven't you been the one drinking in the pub every night?
Well, yes. But that's kind of what I do. I drink and heal things.
Fair enough, I suppose. Are you saying you're capable of helping with the situation on the ship? It's a little more complicated than just fixing one sick individual. It's nearly half the crew. They've sealed them in the ship. We haven't gone in several days, but we know there are still folks alive down there. But we lack the means to heal it, and it's not always an assurance, but some who have been infected and died from it have come back as the creatures you have described to me just now.
Right.
We need someone to get on that ship who's capable of dealing with these things and, well, dealing with them. And you're saying that might be you?
I can try to heal them, and I can probably teach the healers you have around here how to deal with the plague.
We have
for the right price.
Of course, there's always a price. I don't suppose you take bottles of alcohol as payment, do you?
I brew my own alcohol, but if you would supply me with the ingredients,
brewing your own alcohol. I hope you're not also selling it without first licensing it with the company.
I'm not selling it per se. I'm just giving people drinks.
Oh, free samples. That's okay. It's borderline territory, but we'll if you're willing to help us, how about we'll help you out as well, and perhaps look the other way.
That sounds like a plan.
Good. Well, to be entirely honest with you, I don't know what's on the ship anymore. We know there's people alive on it, and we are also fairly certain that there's a great number of dead, so if you're going, go prepared.
How many healers are in this town?
None. You.
Okay.
Crack. Well, you've got 2 now. Sort of.
Two of you, and I would recommend bringing your friends here as protection as well, if you were going to go on board.
Yeah, that seems like something we could handle.
The company will, of course, pay you a stipend as independent contractors. Of course, you understand. I understand the good Captain Orovan is very eager to return to sea. He has a schedule to keep. Unfortunately, those of his men who were still healthy were sent as part of the contingent that we sent to the lumber mill to ensure your compliance with our deal.
Yeah, well, we have some rough news.
What might that be?
Journeying back through the woods, as you know, is not the safest.
Of course.
We have lost everyone but ourselves in one of the work.
Well, I didn't know there was anyone even sent with you. I haven't had any contact last I heard, and this was only from sources around town. The local criminal organization known as the Bilge had perhaps come to an agreement with you. Our sources tell us that they perhaps were not working in our best interests, so of course they were dealt with, and we sent our men to ensure that the deal we made was upheld. I'm sure you noticed the decorations in the center of town.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to, is the people that met us to ensure that we made it back fair and square, all deals kept. They were unfortunately caught in the mist with us.
How many? Did the entire garrison travel with you?
No, it was a squadron of, I think 5, right? 4 or 5?
It was 4. 4 TTC men, and then 4 of the lumber workers.
It was a squad of 4.
No, well,
including one of the sergeants.
Sergeants are harder to replace. The regular rank and file, however, much less so. So, no loss there. I take it you have a solution for the lumber mill problem in writing, then?
Yeah. So he's gonna reach back into his bag, kind of wriggle around and pull out the paper.
He grabs it, opens it, reads it. Well, perhaps we can send some more men to monitor the situation and help prevent any further incursions from whatever is coming out of the lake. However, it would seem that I don't know if I would call it a pestilence, but whatever it is spreading out into the oceans and, well, attacking the ships themselves.
Yes, we agreed to work with them to essentially look into the problem and see if we could solve it for them. That was one of their conditions for signing this.
Well, if you can help us solve ours, we will do what we can to speed you back to wherever you need to go. I don't imagine it will take particularly long to
Hopefully
deal
not.
with
And
whatever's...
If this is the source of all of this, then
I don't believe
be
it
the last
was...
case of this.
I don't believe the ship is the source. It sounds like the lake is the source of the problem.
Yes.
They were already docked here, just stopping over for a night to resupply before their long journey across the eastern side of the isle. And apparently one of those creatures climbed on board in the night, and a fight ensued in which several sailors were infected. And my understanding it spread quite quickly, and the captain and whatever men could sealed them in the main hull and left the ship. It's been quarantined ever since. 2 days now.
They are rather nasty creatures.
That is my understanding.
Obviously,
as well.
handling the ship first would be prioritized and getting our way back. I will warn you, because it is on good faith that we have discovered something else in those woods. Now, this is a creature that I'm familiar with, and you may and or may not believe me, but it is some kind of woodland creature from the Feywild. A Needle Lord, I believe the stories went. But it's raising dead. Again, another fucking undead threat. Although this is more
Different
Fey.
type, though.
I'll be honest with you, I spend very, very little time in the forest, and the only people here who really dare to venture inside are the lumber workers themselves, but I will... You said a Needle Lord?
Yeah, it's a Needle Lord. It was raising some kind of needle blights or some...
I'll run that by the local wizard and see if he can't perhaps find some more information for you. As it stands now, where our resources are beginning to be stretched rather thin, with this plague springing up in the bay, it's kind of the main focus of the company right now. But if we... What would you recommend we add extra patrols to the walls then? Is this an encroaching threat, or is it more of a problem for tomorrow, in a manner of speaking?
I believe we could have the time to deal with this threat first. The issue is it's going to slowly take over more and more of the territory of that forest as time progresses, so it can't be put off too long.
Perhaps I will send word to the forces at La Revos Lake to investigate the surrounding area and see what they can find before you return. Though it might just be faster to send word with you, depending on how quick you get done on that ship. If there's anything you need, supplies, weapons, we are willing to offer you some supplies to aid if you help us with the ship. We are... None of them men want to go back on, and the captain himself is, well, is far too important to be risked in such a venture.
Oh, of course.
Understandably. I'm more than happy to help.
Good. There'll be a handsome reward for you as well, and you, holy man. If you, I don't know about your friends and their journeys, but we are in need of a healer, at least for the time being, and as long as you're willing to stay in town and help with whatever comes of this situation, we will pay you handsomely for doing so.
I will help clear the ship, and I will stay to train the healers you have and the people who have affinity with healing magic.
We will have
deal with
to
the problem.
find ourselves some healers then, because we have been without a holy person in some time. There's not a lot of religion in this town anymore. But I will send word to the capital and see if they can't maybe send some help our way. They've thus far answered me with silence, but perhaps if I mention that their greatest naval hero's son's ship is currently infested with plague-ridden bodies, then, well, perhaps we could speed the process along a little bit. I
will also send word to my fellow clerks see if they can come over here and help out.
Good, yes. Anything would be appreciated. And you said Laravos Lake has been affected by this blight as well.
We believe that's the origin for it.
Perhaps we will need some healers to be sent there as well. Skimming over your letter, it seems we have been lax in our dealings with the lumber mill and the protections we agreed to offer them. So perhaps there is an improvement to be done there, starting with getting someone there capable of helping them mitigate the worst of this disease.
Well, they would appreciate that.
There's a couple rowboats there at the company docks you're free to use while you're helping us with our current situation, though it does need to be returned when you are finished with them. Oh, one more thing. There is a stipend from head office. Is waiting for you. Just one moment. He kind of slowly shuffles up the stairs of the governor's house and goes back inside, kind of grabs something, comes out with a box, fairly simple, and it just has the company logo stamped and sealed. For registering yourselves as a new company and doing so with willingness to deal with the company at large, they have sent you a small stipend, perhaps, to get you started, and consider it an investment in your future from the Trudge Hill Trading Company. Be sure not to waste them. And he hands over the box to whoever takes it. What's up, Tilted? Welcome in.
Thank you. It's very generous of the company. Thank you very much.
It's quite heavy.
Take the box.
Vitekorl, it's pretty big. It's like that's the size of a medium moving box, I'd say.
Boom! Oh, wow. I take a tiny peek inside. Just
Oof, $50 for 50 hours is rough. That's not a very good stipend.
No, it's not.
That's a ripoff.
We currently have one of the lumber workers at the bar. And they're dealing with the repercussions of what has gone down in those woods. So
Yes, you
probably
said,
going to leave them here until we can head back with them, just for safety.
if you'd like, I could arrange transport to your place of residence, north of town.
That would be much appreciated.
I will see to it right away. Just as in good faith for you helping us, we'll provide whatever assistance we can. And thank you for returning so quickly.
Her name is Olga. She's currently down at the inn.
Okay, we will. I will send men
very
at once.
large, muscly woman. Can't miss her.
I will send several men at once.
Probably a good idea.
Good luck, and let us know how it goes. If the situation is too dire and you're unable to, well, deal with whatever you find there, the other plan is simply to burn the ship. But we would very much like to avoid doing that. As it is now, we have this plague contained.
I'm sure ships like that are not cheap.
No.
And I am rather sure that burning it would just allow them to get closer to the shore.
Perhaps. The hope would be that they all die inside, but who knows, as seemingly it's not always that simple anymore.
They were rather wet, so that's my concern with fire, is that it'll just get put out.
That would be a problem. Well, that being said, be safe. I have business to attend to. I will see to your friend. She will be in good hands, and I suppose you have a guest room at your home. We'll figure out a place to put her and keep her warm. Thank you. And he kind of turns and makes his way inside. Vitekorl, you're left with this large box that's been given to you. What do you guys want to do?
I'm just opening the box, looking.
You open the lid and you see just a very varied smattering of gear and pieces of what look like strange bits of technology. You find a strange-looking jar with kind of like a hose with a little talking trumpet attached to it. And there's just a letter. It says, "Thank you for your association with the Trudge Hill Trading Co. Please take these goods as an investment in what the future of your company may be. And for anyone wondering, these are the tools that you all receive as part of taking your roles for the company. So I believe, and we took from the Acquisitions Incorporated book from that. Chris, you took
The loremonger. So
Loremonger.
I get a whisper jar.
JT, you took
Cartographer.
and Ryan, I don't actually remember what you were. If you want to double check, the book is in the chat. It's in the Vorosia D&D chat for you. You can have a look at that. And we're going to give Ryan a little chance to peek that over while we go to our 15-minute break and discuss and, plan for what the future may hold. So as the mayor makes his way inside and you're all kind of left standing in this courtyard, that's where we'll take our 15 or our 10. Hey. What's up, Justy?
Before we go to break, just for you, chat.
Oh. That was a good one. What's up, Kayla? Welcome in, babe. How you doing? I could do peanut butter and carrot all day. I would. Okay, fair enough. Valid. Thank you for the raid. Roll the Misadventures. I like that name. That is a great Twitch name. You caught us just before break time. We're just getting ready to wind down for a quick little breather here, but I do appreciate you raiding in. For those of you who do not know, my name is Rusty. These are my friends. We do D&D every Monday night. I appreciate you swinging in, play some Dead by Daylight. That is awesome. How did it go? I hope you had good games. I played it once for Halloween, paid for the Ghostface DLC, won 3 games, and then haven't touched it since. Very fun times, though. I had a great time running around murdering people's 10 out of 10.
Sports person.
Fair. Apparently they're bringing in some new people. I'm interested. I'm interested in it. But we are a little past our break time. We're already an hour and 40 in. So we are going to take a quick 10 while we get some drinks, refill our stuff, and plan for what the future may hold. Dusty, did you have your hand up? Or did you already?
Oh, no, not that. I already did.
Hell yeah. We will see y'all in 10 minutes. Don't go nowhere. We will not be long. See you soon. Welcome back in, everybody. Hope you're doing good. We missed you. I hope everyone had a good break. Got yourself some water, rehydrated, the whole 9 yards. It was a good first half of the session. We're happy to have Kieran here again. Super stoked. Always nice to have our cleric kicking around, doing some stuff, helping the party when he needs it most. I will point out, he wasn't gonna show up, but Dusty prayed to the god of booze. I think you phrased it as. It wasn't a helm. Yep. It was the god of booze. And rolled really fucking high. So here we are. We now have a Kieran here tonight. $10 on disadvantage soon. It's possible. I'll take that bet. I still have one from the previous game. But I appreciate you coming in, everybody, spending the points, hanging out, all the raids. Roll the Misadventure. Thank you for the follow during the break, too. I appreciate you. Thank you for raiding in. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope everyone's having fun, because I know we are. With that being said, let's get back into the game. Oh, Professor, what's up? Hello, homie. How you doing? Welcome in as well.
Hi, gorgeous.
I swear to God, if you get him diseased again...
It's gonna happen. Round 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Blue 2. Anyway, so when we last left off before the break, the party decided that they were going to help not only Gustav, but the Trudge Hill Trading Co. With a little bit of a problem that had arisen in or on the waters of Rook's Bay. You have agreed to make your way to the TTS Voros, a massive warship that has kind of docked here in the bay, and the party is just getting ready to make their journey. So is there any final preparations you'd like to make before you leave for this trip?
Yeah, an 8-hour long rest would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is
4 hours. I need 4 hours. It's not even, it's like...
We go to bed.
Totally fair. Absolutely smart. Good plan. Probably needs that. So you make your way, I'm guessing, back to the inn for the night, or are you going to go to your house?
Well, what time is it?
It's still late afternoon, not quite supper time.
Yeah.
Not even, probably 3-ish. Oh, I guess
thought
there
you
was
said
it was 2, and then Dusty had a couple-hour nap in the bar until you restored him. So we'll say it's about dinner time. It's about an hour trip to your house if you move quick. It's up to you.
Well, I mean, I don't really need anything from the house. We could just stay here for the night and go to the ship first thing in the morning. I could very much use a rest.
I'm perfectly fine with staying here.
You can get a good rest in. I mean, I won't say no to that. I still feel a little wonky.
Yes, especially you haven't had a good night's rest since you came back too.
He had 3 whole days of good night's rest.
I
Fair.
don't know if I call being in a coma being rested.
What else was he doing?
Screaming internally.
I don't know, speaking to God.
Yeah, alright.
Fair enough.
Wouldn't be put it past me. I am the type to panic in that situation. Yeah, I would start.
So we
Any
head
and
back
all.
to the inn. As the party kind of gathers up, makes their way out of the main, or the fortress proper, and back kind of into the town square and returning to the Rotten Timber Tavern. You find the mess you left when you, or not so much the mess, the dishes and food you left when you departed is still just sitting on the table, partially eaten by you guys, seemingly mostly untouched, and you can still at this point smell whatever it is they're cooking in the kitchen for their large order that they were talking about, and it is quite delectable. But there's just kind of a mess that has not been tended to on the bar. I guess Willow hears the door open and kind of shouts, "I'll just be with you in a moment. I just got my hands a little full at the moment. Do you need anything?"
Don't worry
Well,
about us here.
Again.
Oh, it's you.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Just make yourself at home. You just hear her continuing going about her business at this point. She's kind of just said, if you take anything, pay for it. If you break anything, pay for it. So you guys just make yourself company. Go up to your usual room after snagging the key, and find yourself in the room with the 4 bugs, as per usual. Kind of make yourselves cozy.
Gustav, would you like to join us in this room? Or did you have one of your own here?
I've got my own room. Thank you very much.
Oh, I will leave.
Dusty's
Right at sunup.
sounds like
I'll
a
make
plan.
sure I'm ready.
I'm gonna go downstairs into the kitchen.
Okay. You see Willow and her, actually, it's just her at this point. Her partner seemingly has gone out for a bit. She hears you come in. She's like, "You're back already? Oh. What can I do for you?"
I just need some raw meat, if you can spare any.
Yeah, plenty. Just leave a couple silver on the counter. We'll call it even. The store's right over there. She points to just this large storage area. She's right over there. We were just starting
Sounds
to
like a
run
plan.
low. Starting to run low on some fish that we were expecting delivered this morning. So he just went down to get some. Hopefully he's back soon. I'm starting to get a little
Well,
paranoid, I guess is the word.
he went down to the docks.
Yeah, he won't be long, I'm sure.
I'll go ahead and make sure he gets home just fine.
I don't know if that's necessary, but if you want to go check in and tell him to hurry the fuck up, I'd appreciate it.
With the boat in the harbor, I'd feel safer that way.
What's going on with the
Or
boat
at
in
least
the
better
harbor
about it.
exactly? We just heard something about people being sick, and that the boat's been quarantined or something.
Well, the sickness, if you die from the sickness, you will come back as a creature that spreads this sickness. So it's not great, Willow. It's not great at all.
And then you just left it parked right there in the bay. Great, awesome, good news.
We're dealing with it tomorrow.
I shouldn't have asked. It's fine.
I'm gonna take care of our dishes as well for you.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll handle it once I've, finished up here. We're actually closed for the night. I have to finish this up and do a delivery, so you got here just in time.
Very well. He's gonna walk over to the stores, open it, grab just like a chunk of meat that he can, and Willow just gonna watch him put it in his bag, and then some movement happens.
Too busy to ask. You're gonna have to tell me all about that later.
It's one of those need to know things.
If it's eating food in my establishment, it's something I kind of like to know about. There's health codes, rules about animals and the like. If you got pets, that's fine,
Okay.
but I prefer to know about them.
Okay, well, it's some kind of lizard.
Oh, okay, that's a little out of the norm. Usually people just like buy a dog or a rabbit or something from the traveling salesman that comes by from time to time. But lizard, sure. I'm not sure where you found one here in the middle of a wintry hell. But sure.
I've had the lizard since before winter.
Oh,
I'm just keeping it, safe and secure.
fair. Non-winter
He's been a good
lizard.
ally.
Oh, I'm glad. Just make sure it doesn't get out. People tend to be a little freaked out by that kind of thing. We do not have
That's why I keep
lizards naturally
bag.
occurring on this island, as far as I know. Yeah, okay. If you want, I can bring out extra food for it when you guys order meals. Is there like
Just
a
some
preference?
raw meat here and there.
Raw meat here, okay.
Works
Easy,
for good.
easy enough. Sounds healthy.
He sits there almost guiltily for a second. Now that he just lied about having a male lizard.
You
And then
hear
he
just, like,
thinks to himself,
a slight digging into your back from inside
Violet's
your...
gonna fucking hate that.
Yeah, you feel someone's kind of
Mm.
gemstone back spines digging into you through your bag as your tiny crystalline dragon seemingly
Alright.
gets upset with you misgendering her.
I'm off to the dock.
Did you
He's
just...
gonna walk out. And holler up, like, underneath the room that we usually sit in.
Yep.
I gotta go to the dock, make sure her husband gets back fine.
You
By
guys hear?
yourself?
I mean, this is me telling you so you can come along. Otherwise, I'm heading out.
I think that's a good idea. Up.
You gotta go with them? Okay.
Yeah, I'll join as well.
Okay. You all make
Yeah,
your
I
way.
bang on the door as I'm going. Gustav!
You guys hear this call to action from downstairs and all make your way down. And kind of out of the front entrance and follow the road that weaves down from the tavern, kind of just on this slight incline, switching from kind of dirt and grass into this kind of rocky beachhead as you get closer until you're walking on both, mostly just ocean pebbles. What little bit of road is mostly sunken in at this point, just little bits of timber that they had laid out. And you find yourselves in what, not really big enough town for districts per se, but like the dock district of this town. And there's just a bit of a hustle and bustle as people are closing out for the day. Fishing boats are just coming in, bringing their shipments. And you see Willow's husband just kind of standing on the dock, staring out as this boat just rows in slowly with a catch of fish on it. Looks like he was just delayed in his food. He wasn't in any danger at this point in time. You see the boat kind of pull up to the docks and unload it. He's like, hurry the fuck up. God, I'm gonna get you.
Oh,
Hands him a box. He flips them a coin. He turns. He sees you guys all standing there just watching him. Hi? Good to
Howdy,
see
your
you.
wife says hurry the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. All right. Lead the way, I guess, if you came all this way just to find me.
Yeah,
Sure.
just think of us as your personal escort out of here.
It's a little, awkward.
Things
but
are weird
I'm
here.
Fine. No, I got it. I'm good.
Also, I'd
Oh, switching to phone.
really check them fish.
Looks like fish to me. Smells like fish
boils.
to me.
No boils?
Why would there be boils on fish?
I know.
It's the sickness on that shit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it spreads like that.
It might not, but I have seen some shit.
Okay, we'll just cook it extra good then, I guess. Yeah, lead the way.
Probably for the
if my wife asks, just, you know, they were late. God. She's been really stressed out.
Don't
lately.
worry.
It's starting to affect the marriage. It's fine. Let's go. And he just walks past you with his
shuffling
thing
along behind them.
All three of us just go like,
Dusty under his breath to Zeos. Maybe Olga does get married.
Stop it. I give you a little shoulder push.
somewhere Olga's just
Awful things
tossing
to
and
say.
turning just, audience.
On a wagon to a house. You bump and bustle down the road. Eventually making your way to the house. We'll get to that. Yeah, you guys just follow back to the bar. He kind of, I'll have a good night. I take it you're staying this evening. Yeah, have a good one. I'm gonna go get yelled at. How you doing, Avarian? Welcome in. And kind of just goes into the kitchen. She's like, now where the fuck were you? And he's like, okay. And just kind of goes in the swinging doors and accepts his fate. And you hear them once again continue their meal. And the smell of a nice seafood chowder begins to kind of fill, and it seems like they were just missing. Oh.
I can't smell it without. Oh.
Triggered the PEI in ya.
One of the benefits of not having to breathe.
And I mean, I did spend the last 3 days smelling like a seafood chowder left in the sun, so I don't know if I'll have seafood for a while.
It's
The
valid.
word. Ha.
You guys all head upstairs, make your way back to your rooms, go through your usual nighttime routine. Is there anything else you'd like to do before bed?
Hold on. He's gonna pull out his gold satchel, and he's gonna flick over some gold, a piece of gold specifically, towards Vitekorl.
Mhm.
Take yourself down there and go take a bath.
Fair. You know, a month ago I would have taken that as an insult. Today I'm just happy to get in warm water.
That's fair.
Hey,
It was
will you-
meant as whatever you took it.
Well, you're doing that. I'll count that stipend that we got given.
Oh, yes, I left that in the room. It should be all there.
Great.
Oh, and one moment there, Zehas, could I just grab my coat there? I'm gonna try and do a double washy.
Oh yes, that's a good idea.
Oh,
Paul,
thank you.
Before
Yeah,
I go
this-
up, I will, and Willow's husband goes into the kitchen. I will hand him one of my water skins with the home-made alcohol,
Just what I need,
so he
more
can forget.
some water. Thank you. He opens the cork and has a sip. Whoo! Oh, all right. That wasn't water. Maybe a little warning next
Honey,
time.
I'm fucking home.
Oh, that's not good.
Uh,
Yeah, he's,
Oh god, he's fucked.
honey, I'm back.
Upstairs.
Let's cook. He just kind of stumbles into the kitchen. And you make your way to your
She's
room.
mad. He's drunk. This marriage is ending tonight.
You're welcome, Olga.
Love
think
it.
after Vitekorl starts going down, Dusty's gonna like. You know what? He's gonna get up and also go take a bath
Where
because
are
he
you
hugged Vitekorl after his fucking.
Where are you taking a bath at exactly?
Honestly, you'd probably go to those fucking ice cold ass fucking.
The troughs by the stable?
Oh wow.
I mean,
No, because they had the bath things the last time, right? They prepared baths for us before.
that was here? Was it?
I thought.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because we were covered in blood and shit.
Oh, that was like,
From
it was literally,
climbing under the thing.
yeah, it was basically just like a little large bowl of hot water, not so much like a full soaking bath kind of thing.
Okay, well that's
It
what
was
I'd
like a
go
wash
grab.
basin. Okay.
The things that
is-
she had out.
that is provided for free. So you make your way down, and yeah, you find the basin they use for washing. It's full right now of kind of dirtyish looking water from the last day or so of use. So you just kind of toss it out the door and go find a fresh thing of water that is a little cool at the moment. And you see the kitchen is just full of there's nowhere to heat up water in here anywhere. So you're looking at at very least the water is inside the kitchen in a large barrel and is fairly like not, frozen solid at this point. It is in the warm, hot kitchen that they're cooking in. So you do manage to fill it with relatively warm water and give yourself a bit of a wash down. You kind of spray some on your face and stuff outside in the bar and get cleaned up. You gather Vitekorl is probably going to need something a lot more than that. The best you can consider is probably the troughs outside at that point.
Which is very fair. You stay here. I'm gonna try and take some of the warm water and bring it out there, and I'm just gonna roll around in that for a while.
Well, you could ask Zeos if he could heat it up, probably. Might cause a little bit of splashing.
It's yeah, I was made for this sort of thing. Not this sort of thing. I don't think anyone was made for this sort of thing, but mostly this sort of thing. I'll be fine. I'll just grab a couple of buckets of water, barely enough really, and just fill like the bottom layer of the trough, get all the way in it, and just start spinning.
There's like a thin layer of ice on it. There's still water that was left here. It's not completely frozen yet. You kind of like just push your fist through the layer and it's not like super thick. And there's just this frigid water with little chunks of ice still floating in it. You pour in your 2 buckets of like room temperature water at that point, and you kind of look down into the frozen, semi-frozen horse trough.
Ice baths are so good for the skin.
Yeah, and I mean, you are a Goliath. It's very common. You guys swim in cold lakes all the time. So I
just covered in boils, so my skin could use the extra tightening.
I will say a Constitution save as you just lower yourself into the water, very slowly.
Just to see if the nuts stay in or go in or stay out.
Okay.
Yeah. How far in my body?
With a 15, you manage to submerge yourself like up to the neck completely in this. It's a little tight, and you kind of have to bend your knees and squeeze your arms in, but you submerge yourself in the water and realize you are frigid to the bone. But overall, not the worst cold you've ever been. It's freezing. You've swam in lakes that are just as cold as this. You just focus on your time as a young Goliath. You kind of scrub yourself as best you can in the water.
I just start spinning. And I just like kind of start rolling my body, basically making a homemade washing machine.
Okay. Are you still wearing all your clothes while you're doing this? Or is there just a naked Goliath frothing around?
I'm also holding the white coat. I'm holding the white coat like a baby, and I'm just... Do a barrel roll!
I would like to cast cleaning suds at 6th level, please. And you spend as much time as you are comfortable spending in that freezing cold water, getting all your stuff clean. And by the end, the water itself is kind of like murky. It's not as clear as it was before you got in it. And you gather...
Look, I made me soup!
Oh, gross.
Chunky.
It's more like broth.
I hate that. Yeah. Fair. Oh no, I want soup.
Seaweed pus broth.
Whoa, never mind. I don't want soup anymore.
Broth Carl.
Brother.
Brother.
And I'll say with
brothers.
that, as we only have Kieran for a few more hours before we have to wind down for those of us who work tomorrow and everything, I'm just gonna move things ahead a little. We will end the night as Vitekorl kind of pulls himself out of this frigid cold bath, makes his way inside. Dusty, you do the same after cleaning up at the wash basin. Xechas, was there anything you were doing before bed real quick?
Yeah, pulling up my abacus and counting the money that we got given.
Oh, you weren't paid yet.
Oh, were we given a stipend in a chest?
No, you were given your gear in a box.
Oh, it was the gear. Oh, okay,
yeah.
Yes,
No, that
right.
was all the stuff
That
you
was
got.
the gear, not the
Yeah.
money, right.
No, they said they'll pay you if you help with the ship thing. not before you help with the ship thing.
I mean, no, not really. I'll just kind of... Actually, yeah, I'll like remove individual pieces of clothing that have been damaged through this journey and mending them.
Okay. Just repairing stuff throughout the night.
Mending myself.
We know exactly what Gustav is doing, drinking himself to sleep, as he always does, and preparing for the morning ahead. Perhaps saying a little prayer. That is up to you entirely. But we all wind down for the evening. You can all hit the long rest button as you go through an entire night, warm and comfortable inside the Rotten Timber Tavern. In fact, those of you in the room with 4 beds, which is right above the kitchen, find you sleep quite cozy and warm because they are up through the night running the ovens and cooking. And you sleep a warm, cozy night. You all wake the following morning and go downstairs to find the tavern still closed. It's empty. Even Willow is seemingly gone. There's no one in the kitchen right now.
They probably cooked all night.
Well, that's I'm not used to that one. Maybe we should head on. Just quick get out of here.
For sure. You think maybe we should bring it up with Ashlyn? Maybe she could pick up a shift or 2 down here. It seems like they need the help.
Maybe.
She's
Bring it up
it's
when we
not a
see
bad
them.
idea.
Right? Not like we know any other cooks.
All right, well, let's get Gustav and get on our way to the ship.
Yeah, you all meet together. Gustav comes
You know-
down around the same time.
When we're out and about traveling, and Xechas doesn't have to eat, but I'm gonna start cooking my food. You handle your own stuff, all right?
I promise I was joking. I was dead for 3 days. My social cues aren't back yet.
No, it's fine. We'll just see who's cooking ends up better.
You know what? Actually, I like that idea. Next time, we'll do a contest. We'll get everyone to decide. It'll be fun.
You all make your way down from the tavern, returning to the fort, where they said there was a boat waiting for you to use at your leisure. As you are working for the company directly, they offered you transport to the ship, and if you needed any re-ups on gear, items, anything like that, weapons, now is your chance, as you are being given access to their fairly limited armory. You see a few muskets lying around and other various weapons and basic stuff of the like. Nothing that stands out as particularly good, but if anyone was needed a re-up on any of their ammo or anything like that, they do have a bunch as well. Other than that, you guys are free to make your way to the small boat, and as you kind of all load up in there, you prepare to make your way to the ship, and again, you see it just kind of floating in the calm waves of Rook's Bay out over the out in the distance, kind of still being given this very wide berth, which understandably so, given the circumstances now. It seems like there is no one going anywhere near it. I have to ask, who is driving this boat? Who is our captain on this tiny little rowboat? Let's go! You got your proficiency. Yay! So
you said there was gear that we could take, right?
Yep, if you needed any basic, just like gray rarity, common gear, weapons.
Is there a rapier?
Yep. Several.
Nice. I'll snag a company branded rapier.
Yep, it is the standardized model of it. There's a kind of basket hilt with this slight kind of a gold inlay on it, but it's nothing too ornate. It's basically just got the company logo sealed onto it and a decent amount of hand protection. It's got a bit of decent weight to it, and you gather it is the same thing given to at least their like sergeants and up, you would imagine.
Sweet.
If there's like a hand crossbow or a normal crossbow of the likes.
Yep, very similar design, except they're all wood with these iron arms that kind of stretch out to either side, and a bowstring. They do have a hand crossbow as well. It's quite a bit smaller, but everything you notice branded with the company sigil. Every single thing in here.
I'll take a hand crossbow then.
Absolutely doable. Anyone else?
I take.
You know what?
Actually, I have way too many musket balls.
You can never have too many musket balls.
I have so many currently.
I will replace my old raggedy shield that I've had for a while, with a nice new company branded one. It's probably in much better shape.
Yeah, you pick up the shield, and it is just a very basic wooden design, and just right in the dead center of the front, so people know who they're fighting. Company logo.
Perfect.
You've gotten very used to seeing it by this point.
Yeah. I'll just put my old one and my Yokowa into my bag of holding.
Okay, very easily done.
Actually, you know what? I'll take pistol.
Okay.
I don't have very many of them.
Ooh, you grab some pistol ammo. Easily done. Very similar to the musket balls you use, just a slightly little bit smaller. Don't know if there'd be a huge differentiation IRL, but at least in the case of this universe, the two ammos are different. So.
I was gonna say I have to get them different.
I know, right? Isn't that inconvenient? Either way, you guys get all your gear, load up your boat. I need, for the first time this campaign, with you being proficient, Mr. Dusty, a vehicles check using your proficiency, and I will say dexterity. As you're not trying so much to row hard or fast or anything, but navigating like the breaking waves as you're coming out of the dock area takes quite a bit of skill and dexterity to do.
I will roll stealth because that is the same thing.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, it's the same roll.
Same bonus.
I can modify the other thing.
Okay.
12.
So it's you're not quite used to it yet. You're still getting accustomed to ships in general. It's something you're not entirely familiar with yet, but enough to say that you get a good decent row going, and it takes you a little while to kind of break through that part where the waves start breaking and cresting, but eventually you get onto the slightly smoother seas and the waves kind of calm down. It is a fairly windless day, just kind of a light breeze coming in off the ocean. Still quite cool, but the sun is in the sky, which is relatively clear today, and you kind of row your way through the boats, making your way ever closer to the TTS Voros, and eventually kind of breaking through that line where the ships have kind of circled around it, quarantining it off. They are all company ships. You see now they've basically formed a circle around it to keep anybody from going any closer. And as you kind of row past slightly more official looking kind of officer, he's got the golden shoulder pads and what looks like sergeant markings on his soldier. You kind of, what's your business? The ship's under quarantine. You can't go in.
We're the crew sent by Thanos to handle the situation. We have a healer with us, holy man.
I don't know how many people you're going to find on there in need of healing at this point, you ask me. There ain't no food or water going on there in 3 days. But, good luck.
Oh.
Be careful. Don't let anything out.
No, we won't.
Not
Make
again.
some space. Not again. They kind of row two of their boats apart enough to create a gap for you to go through, and you continue rowing your way over, eventually pulling up alongside the ship. As you're kind of passing the nose of it, you see just a very simple figurehead outstretched with a hand holding a lantern that is glowing, very similar to the way the lights in your house do. They appear to be powered by arc stones and not fire.
I'm gonna take out a scarf that I have and wrap it around my mouth and nose.
Okay.
Impromptu mask type of thing.
Good idea. Very smart. Does anyone follow suit when they see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll
that is
do
a
the
good idea.
same cloth I had before.
You guys all kind of wrap up and bundle up your faces.
Sorry, it's a good idea to make face masks.
Yep.
So that we don't
Agreed.
breathe in whatever the shit is.
Yeah, you all tie some cloth, whatever you can find around your face, enough to, you hope, protect you from the worst of it. As you kind of row the boat up to the part of the ship, and you can see a very simple kind of ladder just carved into the side. Nothing too fancy. Looks easy enough to climb up. You kind of slow the boat and stop and listen. All you hear is silence from on board. It's the slow, rhythmic crashing of small waves into the side of the hull.
But take some rope, moor it to the ship.
Mhm.
That way our boat doesn't fucking
Float
take
away.
off on us.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah.
I'll hold the ladder secure while everybody climbs up.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, no time like the present.
Let's go.
You good to go?
Sweet. Everybody be careful.
He's gonna look at Gustav.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. I don't know how many undead you've killed, but you're a holy man. I assume a decent amount. He's gonna start climbing.
The map is at night. I do not have a day variant, but y'all can use your imagination. Doesn't really matter what's happening off the boat.
And
so
I'll hold the ladder down so it doesn't sway around while everyone's climbing.
your guys' ship would have pulled up here. This one on the back is just affixed to the back of the ship as one of their usual rowboats. You can see 2 other areas where 2 would kind of be hooked up on pulleys and pulled onto the ship as well. But you guys kind of pull up by this ladder over here by the stairs and moor your boat up there. I'm going to put a little boat onto Tingy. Boat. Little boat.
Boot.
It is daylight, right?
Big boat.
Yes, it is daylight. I just did
Okay.
this map for a slightly night planned thing, and it's daytime. So I just
We decided to sleep instead.
They touched the butt.
They touched the butt.
That's a canoe. I don't want a canoe. I want a rowboat. Oh, I
Can
want
you
the
figure it out?
Okay, go fuck yourself. That was pretty good. Okay. This one, you know what? There's a little fishing boat. It has a little sail on it, but that's okay. That's okay. It'll work. There. That's where you guys' boat is. Enjoy.
Wrong layer. Who dis?
Wrong layer. Who dis? I didn't realize
Yeah,
this was a
none of your-
GM layer.
None
There
of
you
your
go.
pings are working either. Yeah, there you
There
go.
you go. You guys are right here. Boom.
Swap.
Boats and bros. Gotta have me, my boats and bros. All right. Who's going up first?
Me last.
Dusty probably would have just climbed up.
Okay. You make your way up and you find yourself on a completely abandoned top deck of what appears to be a very new ship. Like, this looks like it was probably completed sometime in the last few, like maybe a year, maximum 2. A lot of the gold trim on the paint is still present and hasn't been completely bitten into by the harsh ocean air and salt. All of the chains still have a bit of a shine to them and haven't begun to rust as you've normally seen on the boat that would have brought you here from the mainland. And the wheel itself is this large, immaculately decorated wheel with the company logo just right in the center of it. As you kind of explore around, you find the deck absolutely abandoned, but there are 2 hatches around what appears to be a cargo elevator that has also been closed. The hatches are both shut and sealed. I know it looks like that one's open. Use your imagination.
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 But you kind of, as you make your way over to the docks, or to the, no, not the docks, the hatches, you see they have been barred shut and they're just locked at the moment. You don't hear anything. There's a faint glow coming from the lanterns around you, but the sun is high, nice and bright in the sky.
All right, how are we wanting to do this?
Open the door and pray.
Well, we can't let any of them get out, so once we open that, we're gonna have to go in and close it.
That is true.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness.
Try and find some kind of bottleneck of some kind when we get down there and funnel in the bad and hope to God we can... Gustav, and I'm willing to give it a shot too if I need to. I'm not sure if I can help, but I'm gonna try.
I mean, we can bait them back here to this chokehold.
How big is the ship?
It's huge.
How big is the ship?
3 masts. It's your standard tri-masted warship. Exact length is 90 feet-ish. It's on the smaller side, definitely built more for speed and maneuverability, but...
Then before we go in, I'm gonna cast Eyes of Night. So all of the party members have 300 feet of dark vision should be go downstairs with dim light.
Okay.
Hi. Thank you. That would be most helpful.
Very good.
Alright, yes, the choke point idea sounds probably like our best bet.
We just got to be absolutely sure nothing gets past us here.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Perhaps after we go down, I can secure a couple of, or at least one plank across the entrance.
All right, sounds like a plan. Who's leading this charge?
That would be me. All right.
Are there any loose pieces of wood on the deck anywhere?
You'd probably have to find one, but yeah, doable. Roll me a perception check or investigation.
Oh yeah, 23.
Easily done. You do find a couple planks that looked like they were being used to repair some of the ground, the floor that had been damaged at one point that hadn't been put away yet before the ship was quarantined.
Perfect. Alright, this will do.
All right, I won't be able to open the door after this, but I will become a lot more dependable.
Mhm.
And I'm just going to start to melt away a little bit, but then little barnacles are going to start showing up all over my body as I start to bump, boof, boof, boof. I'm going to cast bark skin on myself and then turn into ape.
Okay.
Well, so I'm coming up as this is Cirilla.
God damn it.
The
And,
sea
for ju-
gorilla.
Shift
For just
into
a
this
moment.
large gorilla, the ship kind of steadies and rebalances itself.
When I kind of move over and shift a little bit, there's a moment where that horn comes out of my face and it kind of ook ook.
Okay. Which of the two hatches are you planning to go in? They're both locked and sealed, or closed and sealed.
Probably just go to the ones closer to the center with the giant ape.
Just that one?
Yeah.
Or the
Or
big...
that one.
Yeah. No, the smaller.
Okay. You guys kind of make your way over. It's just like a simple bar on either side that's been sealed and closed up. Looks like it was haphazardly thrown on there. You unlock it, put it down, slowly open the hatch and look down into the dim light below. You can see little bits of light sources kind of peppered around. They're all powered by these arc stones. But with the dark vision given to you by Gustav, you can see very clearly into the basement. And as you just kind of look down the stairs, it's your pretty standard, very like steep wooden stairs that you would see on one of the wooden warships back in the day. But at the bottom of it, you can see, as you kind of poke your head in on the other staircase over, there is a man who has seemingly died and is just laying at the base of the stairs, looking like the last thing he tried to do was climb up them. He's kind of dangled over the bottom rung ever so slightly. Doesn't appear to be moving. From what you can see at this point, doesn't appear to be alive. Kind of poke your heads down and you can kind of see this whole expanse of space. We'll drag us over there. Here. You guys would have opened that staircase. And you can kind of see some cargo that's been partially lowered down here. You see some other sections of the boat, another elevator that seems to lead down to a cargo hole. On the way home, oh, feel better. Please feel better. Keep us posted. Dangerous to go alone. Take this. All right. You guys see just a spattering of bodies, and even with the masks you put on to cover your face, the smell is horrendous. Even for a ship, for the bowels of a ship that normally smell pretty oceany and sweaty and like, unwashed sailors who've traveled for several weeks in said ship, this is so so much worse, and even through the masks you're wearing, your eyes begin to water ever so slightly, and Vitekorl, you're flashed back to the smell that you awoke to, bundled up in all those wrappings.
Oak. Oak.
I'll say Constitution saves for everybody at advantage, because you were smart enough to put masks over your face.
I don't breathe.
You don't breathe, you're fine. Nice, double 20s. Hell yeah.
What a wild character trait.
You're dead.
I
Don't breathe.
Oh, there
Me
we
no
go.
breathe.
You're dead. You don't need to breathe. Oh my god, guys.
What smell?
Not
God damn!
nary even a dry heave. Damn, dude. You guys kind of steel yourselves against the smell. Who's going down first? The gorilla, I take it? Okay, you kind of
Yep.
very nimbly, or as nimbly as a gorilla into a small hatch can do, lower yourself down. And like I said, you see another elevator on the other side with 2 more hatches that appear to lead down into that area as well. But you see those have been sealed and locked. There are actual company locks on each of those. And you look around and you see bodies just dangling out of hammocks that have long since turned completely blue and are covered head to toe in these disgusting boil-like, boils, yeah. Corpses as far as the eye can see. You don't see anything moving, you don't see anyone who seems to be alive.
As soon as we reach the bottom of the stairs, I'm gonna cast Twilight Sanctuary.
Go ahead and move your minis onto the map, please.
On the way down, I'll take those 2 planks that I found, and can I, mending weld them onto the other part of the wood part around it?
No, that's not
Seal
how
shut.
mending works, unfortunately. Mending is to fix something that's been broken, not to meld wood to other wood.
Is there any way I can, jam them through the door to make it unopenable type of deal?
Say, roll me a strength check. Try to wedge that wood in there. Heyo.
I'm going to use the knowledge from a past life. Not bad. 15 total.
Okay, everyone gets some temporary hit points from Kieran's... Ooh, Jesus Christ, you are a giant monkey. You would have... Getting down that fucking staircase through that hatch would be impossible.
Wait, he's just a medium beast.
Zeus and me are behind.
I was like,
I
holy
go pushing him down.
He's just a medium beast.
Okay,
It was
okay.
hard, but here you go.
There you go.
There we go. I'm a big boy.
You guys all feel those temporary hit points kind of wash over you. You feel bolstered a little bit as you're engulfed in this kind of dim light radiating off of Gustav Kitzler. And then Xechas, you kind of grab one end of the plank, wedge it in, and force the other end as best you can. And as much as you can figure, you've managed to more or less make this hatch unopenable without at least a fair degree of strength being exerted on it.
Kieran, what's your cleric level?
Level 3.
Okay, so we get 6 temp.
Everyone gets 6 temp.
It's 1d6 plus 3. So
Hey.
Let's go.
Sick.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we gotta start looking for the live ones, if there's live ones.
Yeah, as you know, when, in the coma from this disease, you are very much indiscernible from a dead body at first glance. You're going to have to inspect some individuals.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's start splitting up. I think we can do this fairly quickly.
Go.
Start heading down here.
Whoop. We'll go take this direction. Whoop.
Do you? I know you sealed this, but do you think it's a good idea one of us remains in this area?
What? Right by the hatch.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we don't want them to get out, then I suppose that we're not allowed to go out either until we've dealt with whatever comes alive.
Yeah, I'm just they hit a little hard, when we fought them before.
Mhm.
So I'm worried they might
Yes.
have at least some capability of cutting through a fucking board. But
It's not a bad idea. Sure, if you'd like to stay there, that would be good, probably.
I just mean stay somewhere in the vicinity of where it is. Not exactly there.
Do you ready your musket
It's
as
good
well?
thinking, though.
Yeah, he's gonna have the musket up.
Okay.
After their first encounter with these creatures, he's not
Kind of just standing.
he's felt that blade. He does not want to feel it again.
Yeah, you kind of just stand by the stairs with your musket at the ready, kind of just keeping an eye on everything that's kind of unfolding around you, making sure that everyone is more or less safe while the rest of the group kind of splits up to go investigate further. You pass a few bunks on your way over to where you're going, and the bodies remain completely motionless. What are you doing?
I'm gonna check this dude.
Okay.
See if
I'm
he's
gonna-
alive. If he's got a heartbeat.
I'm gonna use my wrist armor to hold it above the mouth, see if the breath outtake from the people leaves a mark on my armor.
Okay.
I don't have to get too close to them.
And
Smart.
Gorilla Carl, what are you doing?
Sea coral. Sea monkey. Sea monkey! It was right there the whole time.
It was.
Just gonna walk on down, picking up what looks like would be a cannonball. Would be about
Oh, yeah.
monkey hand sized.
Oh, yeah.
For like,
Oh, easy.
yeah, I want two in either hand. I just
Small
want one
one's
in
like
each hand. Just
smaller than a softball, really.
nice
These-
handheld, just ready to go. And
Okay. You just have
ook.
cannonball in either hand. Okay. Xechasmeno, need a medicine check from you. Which body are you at? Drag your mini to whichever body you're investigating first. Kieran.
I'm
You
assuming
do
they're
that
gonna
one.
be in between the cannons, right?
Yeah, they're laying on these hammocks right here. Those are all different bodies.
I'll check in between these two then.
Okay. You approach the first one, put your hand over it, and you do see just a little bit of breath kind of on your, especially in this cold climate, you see just a little bit of breath appear on the metal that you place over the mouth, and giving you the inference that this person is likely alive and in fact in a coma. And you make your way over to that one and hold it over. No breath. Seems to have died. Xehas, with an 11, you go over and put your hand just lightly. Try to check for a pulse, any kind of heartbeat. Do you feel a faint one? Ever so slightly. This person appears to be alive as well. There's lots of bodies in here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys continue.
Outside of the this scenario, what are the terms for them turning into undead? Because I've missed that part.
We don't know.
You don't know.
They just mentioned that some of the individuals, not all, but some, when they died, returned as these drowned creatures that you, well, not you, but the party has fought before. But there's no way to indicate or know. Simply roll of the dice. Metaphorically speaking.
Right. This is gonna make me look really bad, but I'm gonna take out my mace and I'm gonna bash the skull of the person that is already
Of the
passed.
dead one? Okay. You, without needing to roll any kind of attack, you raise the mace, swing it down, and you feel bone crack under the end of it. No reaction from the body whatsoever, apart from the reaction of the hammock in the body moving as your mace slams into one end of it. The body kind of just like one arm limply hangs over the edge, and you pick your mace up, now kind of bloodied, but with this kind of awful smelling pus-like substance also mixed into it. As far as you can tell, this person was not turned.
That's a good idea. Seeing how Gustav was checking with for their breath,
Mm-hmm.
I think Dusty's gonna come over here and lean down, and instead of like getting remotely close, he's gonna pull out the flintlock and hold
Mhm.
the metal like sheen of the flintlock pistol over his mouth.
Okay. No breath.
Hmm.
No indication whatsoever. Xechas, I assume you're medicine checking that guy as well.
I'm also seeing that this technique is effective. I'm going to pull up my mirror and do the same thing.
Very smart. Okay, so no roll needed for that. You hold your mirror over and see a little bit of breath off of that as well. Dusty, you get none. As you're
Both of these ones here are still alive.
taking a second to examine that, you fail to notice this body kind of half laying underneath a table begin to move and jam a rusty-looking dagger covered with barnacles towards you. Sneak attack. I'm going to use a longsword for it, but I will roll a different damage because it's a dagger, not a longsword for that one. 12 doesn't hit you anyway. Oh, at advantage.
It's a sneak attack, yeah.
Whoop. No, doesn't
Yeah,
hit
doesn't matter.
because I suck. So as you're checking this body, you hold your mirror up. The breath kind of flashes across it or just appears on it, and then as it fades away, you catch the glimpse of something moving on the mirror as you're looking at it, and quickly step out of the way as this rusty dagger digs into the wood right at your feet, having tried to like stab you right in the calf. And with that, I am going to need everybody to select their miniature and roll for initiative, please.
Got it.
Yoink. Ooh. That one is alive.
That description of the mirror with the knife and the oh my god, I love you.
Glad you liked it. Hawkin, a roll. He sucks.
Hello, subby. Thanks for the subby.
Thank you for this sub, babe. I appreciate you. Love you. You're the best. We're doing some spoopy shit.
Hey.
We fighting zombies and shit.
Just a couple yummy. Descending order, Dusty. So you're kind of busy checking this body, and you hear the sound of something stabbing hard into wood. And you turn and see Xechas kind of recoiling and dodging out of the way as this creature that was half laying on the ground is kind of like stabbed into the deck of the ship and kind of staring up at him menacingly. What do you want to do?
I think not.
I think as I'm crouched down holding the pistol, I look over my shoulder, see that, and just kind of whip around, point the flintlock towards it, and say, "Violet," as she pokes her head out of the bag.
Quickly slithers out of the bag, kind of arches her back and stretches out from her position, the spines kind of clinking along her back as she does so. And then kind of hops off your shoulder and begins moving towards the creature as you command it to. Go ahead and roll.
In Draconic, do not bite these ones. Do not bite.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I'm going to shoot it with the pistol.
With the pistol, let's go.
I'm going to use my advantage
Go for it.
because I forgot to use it earlier. From
Why don't you
Insomnia.
Put them in your mouth.
Okay.
Nice.
A 22 will hit.
Come
14
on.
points of piercing damage.
I'm going to go ahead and infuse that
Yep. Okay.
for 20 points of damage
Woo!
total.
So as you kind of level your flintlock and pull the trigger, the sound in this confined space is a little louder than you're accustomed to, but the wood does a decent enough job of absorbing it, but your ears kind of ring for a second as smoke fills the air off the end of your pistol, and Xechas, you look as a musket ball, or I guess, yeah, I'm gonna call it a musket ball. It came out of pistol, but fuck. It's not a pistol ball. Just kind of tears into this creature. It kind of half rolls over onto its back and then turns back over and continues kind of making its motion towards standing up. But it takes a huge chunk out of the shoulder as it kind of whips it around. Dusty, good shot. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I know the attack is called a bite for Violet, but can I just wave that as a claw? Have her scratch those things?
Yes, I will allow
Okay.
that. I
All
will
right,
allow it.
then
You can
with my
headbutt it
bonus
if you want
action.
to. It'll all be the same. We'll count it all as the
Okay,
same.
I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
Violet, tackle.
Bonus action, I'm going to have her run up and try to scratch across the creature.
Violet, use quick attack.
It wasn't very effective.
That was a D6 plus 2.
D20, 19 to hit
19, I see. Yep.
for 3 damage.
Okay, so Violet kind of jumps forward over the deck, kind of bounding off one of the cannons, and as she comes down, she just drags the claw into the creature. It doesn't do as much damage as you were hoping, but you can see the claws kind of dig in to the flesh of the creature, who now kind of lashes out towards her. I believe that will be your turn, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Violet kind of scurries up next to you. Xechas, as your turn starts. What are you getting up to?
I'm 10 feet away from this creature, from this thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Kind of. It was half laying in this square when it attacked you, but as it went to stand up a little bit between these attacks, yes, it's 10 feet away.
Okay. I'm just going to yell, "Don't let anything get to the stairs." And I'm going to just Starsky and Hutch this table, stand right here.
Okay. That's not the table, that is the mast. That goes straight through the bottom of the ship and is affixed.
Okay, I'm gonna
Do like a stripper pole thing.
Okay. In that case, I'll stop here, because this is a hatch right here, right?
Yes.
It's closed and locked. Yeah.
Locked. There's a large, very high quality TTC lock on it.
Sweet. And I'm gonna think about firebolting, or pardon me, lightning launchering it, and decide that's a bad idea in the ship.
Mm-hmm. Probably a good instinct to follow.
Instead, I'm going to pull up my metal bludger and catapult it.
Okay,
Nice.
fair enough. Yeah. Easily done. Go ahead. I guess that's a dex save for my drowned, isn't it? It's -1 dex. 18, let's go, bitch!
Yeah. So it just bonks into the side of the ship.
Yep. 1 second.
Shoot a cannonball through.
I'm like, you basically just yeeted a cannonball through this motherfucker. Where's the fucking ship? Where is it here? It's technically a sloop, but
Basically,
bigger. Maybe frigate.
What my catapult looks like is like this, like crossbow type thing pops out of my arm, and I'd like pull a little thing back and put the thing in, and it goes.
Yep. This is basically a hand
and
catapult.
It misses most of the time.
It does, because it's a dex save instead of a ranged attack, which has always been weird to me. But a 12 damage doesn't even break the damage threshold of the hull. So as this small, on the smaller side of a cannonball, more or less, slams into the side of the hull, it just kind of leaves a small imprint, but bounces mostly off the rather thick hull of the ship and kind of tumbles to the floor. Just kind of rolls around as the waves continue. It kind of shifts back and forth. Anything else you'd like to do?
Swear a whole bunch.
Fair. Very valid. Been there.
No, I think that's it.
Okay, Gorilla Carl.
Sea Monkey, go! I'm gonna throw one of my cannonballs. Let's hope. And okay, 21 to hit.
21's definitely Officer Ook.
Thank God.
Officer Ook Ook.
Officer Ook Ook. That was his name before. His Sea Monkey Carl. What?
21 hits, and the cannonball just hits the creature and sinks right into the torso, breaking ribs, and just stays there. Doesn't go through, doesn't fall out. There's just a cannonball lodged in this thing's torso right now as your 5 points of damage. Not bad, I have to say. Pretty decent. Pretty decent.
Vitekorl might have been thinking of how to do this from ranged attack ways. These bastards ain't touching me. That's my turn.
Very smart. Very smart. That is your turn. Okay, next up. Dusty, what is your passive perception?
14.
That would just be a 1 roll anyway. I'm at disadvantage from earlier. So 13. It does not get a sneak attack on you because your passive is higher than that. But you hear the sound of something kind of creaking, bones kind of popping like as something stands up behind you and drags a rusty longsword along the deck of the ship. And you hear the sound of wind swinging behind you as he tries to hit you from behind with a sneak attack. But you, unfortunately for me, Heard it before. Fuck myself. It's a 9. You manage to sidestep out of the way as he lunges forward with this kind of rusted, barnacle-encrusted longsword that he seems to be carrying on his persons. He's wearing the garb of a TTC sailor, as is the other one. These definitely appear to be some of the individuals who were infected by this disease. That is his turn. Wait, does he get a multi attack? He gets 2. No, he does. 24. Does 24 hit you?
That does hit, yes.
You take 8 points of slashing damage. His sword digs into your ace. Stumbles around.
My temp HP.
Literally attacking you over the body that you just investigated as you go. Thank you for the subby, Tsunami. Appreciate you, homie.
Let's go.
Did you?
Is that a con save?
Yeah, DC 12. Not a high save. You got this. I believe in you.
Here we go, lads. Oh, never mind.
Oh, you're Gucci. You feel the sword kind of bite into you as you do so, but you feel your body kind of tense and you feel that burning, but you gather it didn't get in deep enough to cause you any serious infection or spread the disease to you, at least at this point. But we'll see how the day goes. That is his turn, however. Gustav, you are up.
How big is the gap on the latch where we came into? Diameter. How big is the gap on the latch we came into?
Less than 5 feet, probably 3 feet wide. Not that big.
3 feet.
Like one person can go up these stairs at a time, maximum.
Is Dusty still in that gap?
No,
I'm on the other.
Dusty's on the other side.
I am.
Xechas is in the gap.
Oh, so yes. Okay, so you are in
I'm like at the bottom of the stairs, ready to boot fuck anyone trying to come up.
Okay.
True. Shout out a boot fucking.
Boot tranquilizer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far you see the 2 alive that are attacking your friends. I'll put a little red dot on them if it helps.
No, I was thinking of putting a moonbeam on the opening. So everyone who goes in there will have to do a 2D what's it called?
Does moonbeam pass through solid objects?
I don't know.
Floors.
Yeah, but if I put it in the gap, it's 5 feet wide and 40 foot high. If I put it in the gap, it will go.
The hatch is closed. The hatch was closed and sealed by Xechas.
Oh, okay. Then it doesn't need to be. Good.
You do see like a smidge of light coming through above this elevator where the grate is closed above you, and you do see some beams of sunlight coming through there.
Okay.
But not really giving enough. I'm curious if Moonbeam can be cast just inside a place. I feel like that's one of the ones that you need to be outdoors for. I could be wrong.
Can link it to you.
I feel like, yeah.
Why not looking it up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong one. I clicked the wrong one.
Lol.
Look at this giant baby.
I need to display it there. There we go. So I'm not sure if that works. It was just pretty much to make sure that no one leaves.
Oh, fair. If you want to cast Moonbeam, I'll say fucking send her. You can cast Moonbeam wherever you want to.
Yeah, say it kind of just says shines down from a point centered on where you choose.
Yeah.
So
I don't have to be inside and WoW to cast it.
Facts. All right.
I'm gonna wait one turn to give Zayas a chance to move out of the way a little bit, because he will have to make the save as well. We'll take the damage otherwise. So I'm gonna attack the one that tried to attack Dusty.
Okay.
And I am gonna cast Ray of Frost on him.
Sounds good. Go ahead and cast your spell and roll your attack. That is a ranged attack from you, I believe. Ooh, 23 is gonna hit for sure. Definitely.
5 damage.
For 5. Okay.
Do I have to add my modifier on it?
No, not for that. That is just the flat damage of the spell. Okay, 5.
How do the wet lads react to cold damage?
That's a good question, actually. They don't. They're not like completely sopping wet all the time, especially these ones who haven't been in water for the last 3 days. Like they've mostly dried. That would, if it was the ones you fought that had just come out of the water by the lake, I would absolutely say you could freeze them with that shit. Keep that in mind for when you're fighting ones who are actively wet. It's a very good point.
Get them wet and make them hard, boys.
Oh no. Not okay. With 5
I
cold
had a
damage,
nickel.
you see the beam kind of shoot out as you cast it. It hits the creature, who kind of turns to the side, kind of dragging the sword along with it, and then leans back into attacking Dusty. But you see this kind of ice crystal form over the shoulder and then just slowly begin to melt. They're not all that fast because it is in fact still winter, so the ice does manage to stay mostly frozen. Is that your turn? Any movement or anything you would like to do? He disappeared.
And the speed is reduced by 10 feet. Oh, he's going to be slower as well.
He is slower, indeed.
I'm going to yell at Zayas to move slightly out of the way of the gap. Just to run down the stairs. And I'm going to end my turn there.
Sounds good. Next up is the individual who started this fight with a sneak attack, who is going to scooch forward, and Violet being the only...
Girl.
I'm sorry! A 10 does not hit, nor does a 12, I'm guessing.
Nope.
Damn!
She's a slippery little fucker.
The creature moves forward, now drawing its rusted, barnacle-encrusted longsword, and kind of stabs down twice, as like sloppily as you could imagine, as it is just this dried corpse at this point. However, is unable to hit Violet as she very dexterously dodges to either side while he tries to do it. That's disappointing. Then he's going to finish his turn by just moving another 5 feet, still facing at Violet. Will the next song play, please? 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 Fuck! Okay, next up is Dusty. So, what do you want to do? You're currently being harassed by this one that's stepped up behind you. You see Violet going toe-to-toe with this creature, narrowly dodging out of the way of its attacks. What's she doing?
I'm going to action disengage.
Ah, okay.
There we go. 5, 10.
There is a hammock with a body hanging in between you and that guy that he will have to go around or under at a reduced speed, plus what
Probably
Kieran did.
15 and then 20.
Okay.
Just get right over here. And then I will have Violet attack the little lad.
Go for it.
Just swung at her with her claws.
19,
19 to hit.
Definitely hit.
6 damage.
Got it. Okay, cool. As you kind of move into position, getting your musket ready to fire, Violet just swipes out again at this creature, kind of catching it by the shin and knocking it off balance, almost knocking it to the ground. Takes a pretty decent chunk out of the flesh there as well, but ultimately the creature kind of just readies itself now and seems to train its vision a little more on you at this point, but definitely is taking passing glances at Violet as well, so the two of you might be in some trouble. Xechas, you're up.
All right. So, hearing what Father Gustav said, I'm going to move back down around here. Get a little survey, and I'm going to see the one that's kind of being blocked by the hammock, so I'm going to run up to it. Just silently saying to myself, curse my elemental nature, not being able to use my range. And,
yeah, fire and a ship, not a great mix.
Fire and lightning, that's my range. Both fucking horrible things in a ship. Like, the
not
two
great.
things, no.
Nope.
And I'm gonna just swing the new company rapier around, and I'm gonna take a good swipe at this guy.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Why do we only have a plus? Oh. I'm not proficient. Cool.
Ah. I feel like you would have
12 hit.
I feel like you would have known that before you grabbed the weapon. Like, I have no idea how to fucking use this.
This looks like fun.
I have my
I'm gonna use it.
I'll take a swing with it.
Cool.
Feel
really dumb.
miss probably. guessing a 12 isn't going to hit.
No. No, it's a 10, so 12 will hit.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. All right.
They're very not dexterous and pretty lightly, like they're wearing sailor's clothing, no armor on whatsoever.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Me, I rolled a 1.
I'm gonna use my reaction to infuse his slash
Oh, cool.
as the fucking rapier kind of pulses with energy.
Yeah, you stab into the creature, kind of feeling the blade puncture through some bone and into the flesh beneath. And as you're about to pull the blade out, you feel this vibration kind of course through your hand, and then a purple flash kind of comes off the blade as you yank it out of the wound. Nice. Well done. 8 whole damage. Fuck.
Not so bad. I could get used to this.
Both of them are starting
continue to wield the rapier.
Both of them have started to take some pretty heavy damage at this point. Anything else for your turn?
Nope. I'm good.
Okay. Gorilla Carl, you're up.
Alrighty. Officer Ook Ook. Sea creature version. 21 to hit.
Yeah, which one?
I was gonna go for the one right in front of me there.
Okay. Easily done. Definitely hits. 6 whole bludgeoning damage. The cannonball, yet again, you throw it and it kind of just into the body and just stays in there deep enough to lodge in. He is looking like he's barely held together at this point. Pieces are kind of hanging off a little more loosely than they were before. He doesn't appear quite as menacing, and you guys gather that he is likely to no longer be a problem very soon. Anything else?
Sea Monkey Carl still looks visibly shaken. Gonna grab just 2 more cannonballs and just
Prepare. Fair enough. I will allow it.
just keeping my distance.
Tactical reload. What is your passive perception?
I believe that is sitting at a 13.
Hey. Damn. Okay. Call it your primate instincts, but you feel danger somewhere nearby, and as you kind of grab your cannonballs and begin looking around, assessing the situation, you look up just in time to see another one of these creatures pick itself up off the ground and rush towards you in like a lunging, kind of half tripping towards you attack, which is not at advantage because you saw him before his sneak attack was able to land. He is going to take 2 attacks, though, so I'm just going to roll those 2 at once. Well, the first one misses, I believe. Right. I think the gorilla's better than an 11. But a 23, I believe, hits you on the other one. As yes, you feel this rusted sword just kind of carve into the upper part of your monkey bicep. And you feel a very familiar, burning, stinging sensation from this rusted blade. I need a Constitution save, please.
Come on, monkey.
I believe.
Oh no.
Any advantages?
Can you roll me a d4, please?
Ryan, you have an inspiration.
I had inspiration.
From an inspirational quote.
You got when was the inspirational quote?
That was like towards the beginning of the stream.
It was Jotun.
Inspiration.
That's right.
Caffeinated zombie just gave Gustav advantage as well.
Oh.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Okay. Inspiration, is that a D6?
D10.
D10. Oh.
Let me use a D10 for ours.
You need a 2 or better.
Okay.
Oh,
yes.
Thank God.
You feel this burn, and for a second you worry that you're gonna end up getting infected again. But you feel the kind of burning sensation fade away as this creature's attack does not do any further damage to you. But you are immediately just plagued by flashbacks of the ordeal you went through. You may have been in a coma, but you were still suffering through it. Next up is gonna be this guy who is currently fighting Xechas. And he's just going to take his 2 attacks against you outright. A 14 and 11, neither of which hit you. So as he kind of lunges forward with this blade, making these very haphazard, kind of poorly timed attacks that telegraph quite well, you ting,
Avast!
With the rapier, managed to knock the blade out of the way. And then the creature's gonna rotate around the pole, kind of squeezing over this cargo towards you. And he's gonna stop there. He begins making his way towards the stairs by the look of it. That'll be it for his turn. Gustav!
Yeah, I'm gonna put the moonbeam on the stairs.
Okay. Go ahead.
I move backwards a little bit.
Just for safety.
I'm out of range, just for safety.
Fair.
And then I'm gonna cast the moonbeam pretty much on top of the stairwell.
Sounds good. And a 5-foot radius. Nice. 10-foot circle.
In my head, I just had this great image of the moonbeam going through the floor. Because moonbeam in WoW sounds so intimidating when you're being chased by a druid and you just hear.
Yeah. All right, so it covers all like those 4 squares pretty handily. I didn't get the circle exactly the right size, but you have a rough idea. So enter spell area first time or starts a turn there. Constitution saving throw for me.
You know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of the fucking Bifrost.
Yes, literally. Yes. So half damage, so only 6 points of radiant damage, but it is undead, so double the damage from radiant damage. So it does take 12. There you go. As this creature kind of steps back while fighting and kind of engaging in combat with Xechas, this beam of light strikes down from the sky, and you see the creature tense as these holy flames kind of engulf its body. It's still standing, but it is now actively just like searing in this bright holy light that you've cast. What's up?
Xechas sees an undead creature in this radiant light take an absurd amount of damage and kind of shivers at the thought, wondering if maybe he would experience this.
Oh no! Oh no, buddy!
And kind of shivers a little bit.
Fair. You do see, yeah, there's this slight connection for the radiance light there. You think you're probably maybe hopefully okay? You think maybe hopefully? Yep. With that being said,
oh cool, oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Yeah, I should have used my my advantage, but it's fine. It's gonna be my turn for now.
What advantage? I was the one who had to roll.
It's a save.
Yeah, it's a save. You don't roll on that.
Oh yeah, but never mind.
The damage
All
is
good.
not. Yeah, no, that's good. Any movement or anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I think I'm saving between these 2 hammocks because one has got a crushed skull.
Yes, the one with the green. Anyone with the green slash through them are people you found alive. The reds are, of course, the deads.
Well, should I really?
Should you?
I could use my lesser restoration on the one with who's alive, but maybe he'll fight with us.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do a lesser restoration on the guy next to me.
Is that a leveled spell?
It's a level 2 spell, but I can use it as a bonus action as well.
You can, but you can't cast 2 leveled spells in a turn.
Oh, no, that's true. No,
Yep.
then that's gonna be my turn.
Yep. Sounds good. Okay. You kind of look over the victim next to you, who you know for a fact is alive, and you consider what your next move will be. That being said, this dude's up. And he's gonna kind of awkwardly shuffle under the hammock as he does so, using an extra 5 feet of movement to do that. And he's gonna zip around this side, so he's in between the 2 of you and kind of has you backed up against the wall as best he can. And he's just gonna take 1 attack at you. Dusty, is 17 to hit?
Hits.
You feel again the bite of this rusted barnacle sword kind of digging into your torso. I need a con save from you, please, sir. And then there'll be one for Violet as well, which misses.
Oh shit.
Oh, you saved. Okay. You're starting to feel the wear and tear of all these wounds you've taken over the last few days, but your body does not fail you, and you fortunately do not become infected with the plague. He swings down through you and then kind of awkwardly stabs sideways towards Violet, and she sidesteps out of the way as she has been doing this entire time, because God forbid I hit your pet once, but still, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Dusty, you're up. That's its turn as it goes towards you.
I think as he feels that, he's like, to hell with it. And he's going to put the musket up towards its fucking chin.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Try to hit him.
Yeah, that's
in the
gonna,
wrong bar,
that's
partner.
gonna hit. Jesus Christ.
And we'll just, use my reaction for good measure. Why not? For
Okay.
10 total.
So you kind of, as you feel this attack biting into you, you feel like, fuck this. You put your pistol away and quickly draw your musket, aiming it low, just below the chin, pull the trigger and fire, and you watch as the back of the head just explodes. You smell rotten meat and seawater as the literal viscera just sprays onto the ceiling behind you. It's quite low. Luckily, not so much that Vitekorl in the gorilla form would have to bend over, but in your Goliath shape, you definitely gather these ceilings are a little too low for you to stand at full height.
No.
The creature just falls back onto the deck and just kind of lays there, this kind of blackened blood just beginning to ooze out of the wound. And you've managed to dispatch one of the creatures. Now there's just two left.
Yeah, as he's like kind of tilted away, just fucking wipes his forehead.
Yep.
And then bonus action, she gonna go around the hammock, around another hammock. Well, she's right here, right?
I will say she's small enough she can run right under the hammocks. They're
Alright,
kind of hanging at
perfect.
the midship level. You notice
She gonna
there
scratch.
are other bundles of hammocks tied up to these poles as well. It looks like they can go up to 3 high, but only the middle ones are currently out. Okay, heads right over.
Scratch. 10 to hit.
Just hits, yes.
Perfect. 7 damage.
Okay. Just runs over, pounces, digs the claws, and kind of scratches down the torso. Still standing, but definitely now having taken a hit from her, you can see already it's likely to have some troubles between the dragon and Gorilla Carl. Next up, we have Xechas. What are you doing? You see the creature just kind of searing behind you. Not on fire per se.
Good.
Just this hot, burning sound coming off of them as the steam just rises off their body.
Is my bludger ball anywhere within reaching distance of me without moving? It bounce off the wall or no?
I mean, you are on a boat that is currently rocking in the waves, so I'll say roll me a percentile. If it's above a 70, it will roll to you.
Okay.
Bludger Ball sounds like an awesome show.
That being said, there is also a rack of cannonballs right next to you that are roughly the same size.
It needs to be 5 pounds or less.
Ooh,
and a cannonball's
6
a
or
lot more than
higher.
that.
6?
Yeah.
6, 8, or 10 usually.
That's fine, because I have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to move... No, I'm going to stay where I am because of trajectory reasons, and I'm going to grab this guy's skull.
That is a fully pieced together corpse, but I will say roll me a strength check
is.
just to pull that fucking head right off.
It's a fully dead guy, though, right?
You don't know. You didn't test.
Oh.
That one didn't get tested. Can you imagine? Just thunk.
This guy is
It looked
fully
like a
dead.
skeleton.
The guy in front
that
of
guy is
you is
fully
fully dead. Yes, he has the red line through. Just go over to the uninvestigated body. Like, he does appear to be completely dead, if it helps. I will say strength check to pull a head off of a guy to throw at another guy as a free action, just because I want to see it.
I don't really want to do that, so I'm gonna. As hilarious as that is, I'm gonna take out my crowbar instead, and I'm gonna use that as ammo. It weighs 5 pounds.
Yeah, okay. I'll allow you to catapult your fucking crowbar. Why not? Why not?
I can use my hammer instead.
Whatever you want. Hammer would make more sense, considerably.
Yeah, I'll use the hammer.
Fair.
Yeah. Here's my
Pulling out a toolbox and shooting
I'm
it there.
gonna get you in 1 fucking second once I find the drill bit I need.
Too heavy. No, okay, this will do. And I'll catapult.
Awkwardly load your hammer into your
hammer.
catapult loader and send it in the trajectory. So who are you shooting it at? The guy in the fire?
The one right in front of me, yeah.
Deck save. 7. It hits.
Finally.
The hammer
15
does, but your
bludgeoning
specially crafted ball does not. 15 will be more than enough. So as you raise your wrist at point blank range, the hammer spins like half a turn before it hits this thing's skull and just thunk in up to the handle. Like this much of the hammer just embeds in the skull, and the creature kind of looks at you like.
Can I just? As he's falling down, can I just grab the hammer?
Sure. Yes, I will allow it. You
Gonk.
thunk right out of the head, and his body kind of tumbles back into the moonbeam.
I'll just shake it off and drop it back into the bag.
Yes.
Isn't the corpse inside the moonbeam?
Technically, yes.
Is there gonna be a reaction on Zeus's
I
body?
will say, roll me a dex save to grab it before the head falls back into the thing. Thank you, Insomnia.
Hilarious.
Just see if you grab it fast. Yeah. Okay,
17.
with a 17, you just grab the handle before it passes into the hole of the moonbeam. Because it would leave like a little bit of the circle uncovered, which is good. You do thunk your hammer out of the skull as it comes back, and it just continues to sizzle here in the moonbeam as you guys have effectively blocked off all the stairs. Next up, Gorilla Carl, unless Xechas, you have any movement you want to use.
That guy's dead, right?
Which?
Yeah, that guy just hit is fully dead.
Yeah, he is a corpse.
No.
Okay.
But no, it'll be a full action to look around for any more of these bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna be on high alert.
Okay, sounds good. Next up, this is the only one left alive. There's 2 targets in front of him. He's going to attack both of you. First one is for Gorilla Coral. That'll be an 18 to hit you, Gorilla Coral. Oh, no, I'm at disadvantage. Oh, really? I skipped you? My bad. Go ahead. My bad. I was excited.
That's okay, baby.
I hit the next thing
I'm
twice by accident.
Yeah. It's okay. And I gotta just do for that last hit. Okay, I'm fine. The barnacles stay on my body. And we're gonna go ahead. I've been trying to avoid this, but hey, he's right there. So I'm gonna go multi-attack. But fisticuffs. Go. 1 fisticuff.
One finger.
And
I will say you're holding
damn it.
cannonballs in each of your hands. So the first one, while it does miss, you get the sense that while holding the 10 hits, oddly enough, while swinging with these cannonballs, you actually managed to connect and do a little extra damage. Also because of the oh no, I hit a 14 for your thing. I thank you for taking that damage. Anyway, so you hit your second 7. I will say roll me an extra d8.
Ooh, lovely.
You are a gorilla
Cannonball.
smashing cannonballs into a dude's head. Okay. It's not enough to
Covered
kill
in
it, but as you
barnacles.
kind of swing once and miss, you bring your left hand around and kind of crack it up the side of the head with the side of the cannonball, and see kind of the skull just begin to cave in a little bit, but not enough to completely finish it off. You gather one more good hit, probably. Do the trick or something close to it.
That's me.
Okay.
Whoop.
You did the con save for his attack, right?
Yeah, his last one there for Barkskin.
Okay.
Whoop.
He only hit you once because that was with disadvantage, that attack.
Yes.
Technically. So I'll just take his other attack, but this one's against Violet now. 19. I hit Violet. I'm sorry.
That's gonna hit.
I'm sorry. And this time, as he kind of swings through Vitekorl responds by smashing at him with these massive cannonballs. The sword just continues on its arc and cuts into Violet, unfortunately, dealing 9 points of slashing damage to her. And I need a con save from Violet. Unless she is immune to disease. I don't know what the protocol is on that. Check the sheet. Check the sheet.
I will walk into the ocean.
Wooden Rivy.
Because
I don't think she's immune to disease.
That's weird, because technically it's like a Drake spirit if we went with the original vanilla rules for it. So if it dies, it just reappears on the plane.
Yeah, she's immune to force. And that's it.
Unfortunate. So, roll me a d4, please. Okay, good to know. Thank you. We'll keep that in mind. Violet kind of takes the attack and recoils a little. You see kind of the crystals along her front right leg kind of crack a little bit from the blow, but she seemingly is okay as she kind of just recoils away, but readies herself for whatever comes next. That will be all of its attacks, and we are back up to Gustav Kitzler. What do you want to do?
Which one of the both has the most health? The enemies.
There's only one left.
Which one?
Okay.
Oh, okay. And I am gonna cast. I'm gonna leave that to the others, and I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire at the front of the ship.
Okay, to see if there's any more hiding.
Yeah.
Okay, that will drop your moonbeam because it is a concentration spell as well, right? I believe.
Fairy Fire. Yeah, it's concentration up to 1 minute.
It will drop your moonbeam, but you're free to cast that as much as you want. Up to you. Oh, there's a cat. There's a ghost of a cat in the green screen. Oh my god, I see it. You can't see it on stream. There it is. There was just this little semi-translucent cat face poking up from the bottom of the screen. That was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
So
you can see a little bit of it dildo.
You're gonna cast a Fairy Fire up here?
Yeah. I will warn Zeas that we're gonna need to keep an eye on the stairs. Or actually, I'll call it out to everyone, and I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire at the front.
How big is the radius?
Which is
Fairy Fire?
20-foot radius, I think. I'm getting kitten kisses. Give me a second.
It is a
Give me a
20-foot
sec.
square, yes.
It's a 20-foot cube.
So that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Xechas, as you're standing there, this appears right in front of you. These light sparkles kind of dancing about in the sky.
Familiar.
And as far as you can tell, there is nothing in it that needs to make any kind of saving throw.
Nice.
It appears like whatever was up there was already awakened and is currently fighting.
Okay.
All right. Any movement or anything you want to do on your turn? Oh, wait.
I'm going to use my...
I lied. This guy right here. We'll have to roll at disadvantage because he is unconscious. So this individual on the bed does start to glow in the fairy fire. That is a living, or at least sentient creature, but it does not appear to be rising from the dead or moving at all. It appears to be just one of the live victims currently just laying in the bed. It's now glowing faintly from the fairy fire, so if anyone attacks that unconscious guy, they have advantage. But you do know there is at least one more living person up there now. Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Lesser Restoration on the guy next to me.
You can only do one leveled spell per turn.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. Yeah, no, you're right. I keep forgetting that
you
shit.
can use a bonus action cantrip and a leveled spell for your action, or vice versa. But never both leveled spells.
A bonus action cantrip, then I'll use my Sacred Flame on the last person standing.
Fuck yeah, you can do that. What?
Is
Yeah,
that
no,
my
I'll
action?
Is Sacred
No, it's Sacred Flame is action. I don't have it as a bonus action, I think.
You need it as a bonus action.
I don't think there's any bonus action cantrips.
No, I don't
There
think
is.
so. It's more the
Very
spells.
few.
There's a few, but I don't think they're damaging.
Oh,
Okay.
right, that's the thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna move up to the stairwell and just
Okay.
Keep
Keep
an eye
the
out.
block on the stairwell. Sounds good. That guy's dead. Dusty, you're up. You see this creature slash into your new friend, your new pet, Violet, and see her react kind of unfavorably. She's like holding the leg up a little bit. You're not sure if the attack has affected
Yeah.
her the way you saw it affect Vitekorl.
I'll
Start
quickly be right
stepping
back.
around. gets over here,
Mm-hmm.
and he just goes, "Don't you fucking dare!" As he aims the gun and tries shooting it.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack. 17 will
17.
definitely hit.
As she burst in her infusion.
Okay, go ahead and describe
For
it to
9.
me. It's fine, you'd hit high enough. Go ahead and describe it to me, what it looks like as you dispatch this creature.
He just aims up, shoots in the chest, and as the fucking purple light flashes, just out of its chest.
You watch the bullet.
Like a little mini explosion.
Yeah, you see the creature take the hit to the chest from the musket as the sound goes off, and the smoke fills the air, and then you see this bright purple flash as the ribs just kind of break open for a second, and then the body just slumps to the ground completely, as pieces are kind of just strewn about by it. And as the rest of you stand, you look around, and as far as you can tell, there are no other moving creatures at this point. You're just left there, the 4 of you, plus Violet, kind of just holding for a moment. And then you see Violet kind of shake off her leg a little bit, put it down, and you are in luck that the blue rot does not actually affect anything that is not humanoid, so you're all good on that. But
oh, let's go!
yeah, I just wanted you to roll for the anxiety of it. No.
I felt it.
I was about to say, the first thing Dusty's doing is going and checking her, and he's looking at his wounds that don't look infected, like how he compared to Vitekorl last time. And he's like inspecting where it cut her.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, there is no spreading of the disease, and it seems like it's mostly something that can only be, caught by humanoids. But at first attack, you wouldn't probably have known that till you had a second to look at it. But as far as you can tell, there is no infection at this point. And as you guys all stand, kind of taking in, you see the alive individuals that you've managed to at least, maybe not save yet, but at least with Gustav here, you can begin making an effort, and as Gustav kind of prepares to do what he can for the night, that is where we will end the session for today, with you guys all having been successful on this boat. All of you, including Gustav, go ahead and take a level up to level 4.
Oh shit!
For next session. I mean, hey, it was, if you had not taken this quest, it would have taken you an extra couple days. There was a couple other milestones to hit, but you guys went out of your way to be helpful. So here's no reward for that. Plus, now I can throw meaner things at you next time. So everyone's going to go up to level 4, including our good friend Gustav Kitzler. I also would like to thank Kieran very much for joining us here on this adventure tonight. It's always a pleasure having you, my friend. We're running.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun again.
Starting to feel a little on the sweepy side. So I'm going to call it a night. It felt like a good point to close it off, too. So we'll pick up with some looting and some housekeeping next session. But we were so happy to have Kieran here today. So while I look for someone to raid out on, Kieran, why don't you tell the people what you got going on over on your stream? And everyone be sure to say a big thank you to Kieran.
Before we go, though, I reach in my backpack. I'll move up to Zeas and give him a scroll. And I whisper to him, just in case Vitekorl does something stupid again.
Chris, you may add a scroll of lesser restoration to your inventory.
Thank you.
Good call, Kieran. Thank you for reminding me of that.
No worries.
With that being
Amazing.
said, yeah, why don't you tell the people what you got going on over on your stream and stuff?
Tomorrow, not sure what I'll be streaming. There's a chance that it's going to be Outriders again.
Woo!
I've got 2 characters there. I've got one which is endgame, and there's one I started with BT and Ares.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some of that. Still looking to play Repo at one point, so check in tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll leave some announcement on my Discord.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you again for joining us and being here and giving us your time, staying up super duper late for us. I appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Always a pleasure. We look forward to the next time Vitekorl gets infected and needs his healing. That being said, Ryan, why don't you tell
Keep
the
your
people
phone on.
what you got going on over at the Little Purple House? We are going to raid Aves, by the way.
Aves! all sorts of the same sort of nonsense. I've been making a lot of stuff. We're doing a lot of sorts of creation. I'll be doing more makeup here soon, more Warcraft, Minecraft, all sorts of fun. And get ready, 17-hour stream coming soon.
Woo! Can't wait. JT, any words to give the people before you go?
So I'm looking at the housing situation. I was gone for like a week, dog sitting for people, so no music has been uploaded to either of the Discords. However, I will get back to it. We'll have that, and hopefully streams will be back sometime this year.
We hope so.
Hopefully. Otherwise, just be good people.
Give us the strims. Chris, you usually have a fun science fact or some shit for us. What do you got today?
We are potentially a year or less away from finding a new planet in the solar system. It's real neat.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
I love the random science fact at the end of every D&D stream. I'd like to make that a regular thing. With that being said, With that being said, y'all, if you want to swing into the Discord or check out the YouTube, there are the links. There's also a link to the Scabbard, which is where all of our lore is kept. In the meantime, I want to say be good to each other. We love you. Thank you again, Kieran. And in the meantime, I have been Rusty. These have been my friends, and you all have been awesome. Bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, I'm Rusty Tonics. Thank you again for coming by the stream or checking this video out on YouTube. It means a lot to us over here at the Apothecary, and it's always a pleasure to share our D&D games with all of you. If you're interested in catching them live, you can see us every Monday at 6 o'clock Eastern on Twitch, or every Friday after the stream comes out on YouTube on demand. Feel free to check it out, drop a follow, drop the subscription, or whatever you want to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever our videos are coming out. And yeah, I hope you all have a good day. Keep being good to each other, and I'll see you next time.